zigging through the. He runs, unfortunately, up on the bar. Set. He hits as well. Waskin.
10 seconds, and there's for complete opportunity. Running. Beat them. Player bad deal. Fly to stop. The touch. 4 seconds to extend it in. 1 second. Actually, on complete. Actually, sensor. 1 second with one out. Fly is out. But there we go. A bit of an opportunity. So big. It looks like I'll leave it. So you I would small for distributing all sensors pressure that opportunity. The opportunity. See it. On the corner just gets right. That was Alex. Push one play for shot middle great.
Waskin it off and out. One on. He's in he's in, peeks it. Players box. One down. She dashes. Player that he's the one is put an end to. Didn't expect. Dashy well down his. That's like, and now. If that they water there, what's the artillery? Do the he does street now on main to get away. Shawnee defense will be off spawn. He's 5 here in a moment. Not been Sean. Sorry, this game. The flagpole. It was really chance to play. I didn't think that. Hope he was even up. Kevin is. You have you already have position more map. He's full. He finds speed up his low of West. That nade hit. There's a for Zed. Spawn up Alex if you on that eventually do that. Let's say he's in moving. He's not. But what fighter pop? How many down? He get one. He finds it. Looks like that. Tree's just. Wow. Out of it. Just nothing. Last you said set up earlier kind of the counter leads to really glad thing for you. You're trailing, but now you're through with right, but you feel all right.
wouldn't ability to there's and you the pressure see it coming from forward back another one going shot sneak been trying once again
answer shots on the wall him. Shots by him. Yeah, now you if you're unilateral mode up and the respawn try to get to they just space the water and you're and if you're waste time
and they got it on they're gonna have to keep I feel like so right now
when they have now doesn't I bought can't touch the flat it's full he's shut what history
we're gonna do actually
no
we have an grants will get a chance for those lines looks be for us but to be fair well what a pretty allowed have those most made it again flex now
very one game just this
the best now right now response and he's here the player
we missed I think
so it was just can't more
no Noah got himself
I was feeling I look at him mighty is what going. Kenny. The beat. He was done. Say all.
John. Weird. Not in the that game number 3. He has some help. Blastful though, he's just watching that cross towards that cave. So no one in full control. It's pretty much a standoff right now, but one player, that's going to be Ricky. Heads on over. Ricky, or Blastful, still just doing such a good job being annoying. He started this one off 4-0. He knows those Unilab players are going to start rotating over towards Ruins, but he gets cut down. So these last 20 seconds should go the way. I was going to say, never mind. Here comes General Zod.
Zed picking up both kills at Cave, and he's got a teammate in Wusk in position top Ruins to maybe make a play, but as I say that, he's going to get cut down, and now the swarm of complexity is here at Ruins. They've got one set up L, one looking U as well. Sensor will get picked, so the rotation's going to have to come over for complexity, and Blast is going to be up to the task. You see them spawning out now at back bunker, and they'll have to rotate over, but so far so good here from complexity.
And that's the big thing. Yes, Zed, he does get a couple of kills there at the old cave hill. You know, gives them 15 seconds, but they lost rotation due to that. They gave complexity the advantage over here at Ruins, and now complexity are having such a great hold. Yeah, Blastful, he gets taken down. Alex finds one as well, but Sensor and Dashy, they're still alive, and they're still locking this one down for complexity.
Yeah, it's been a great hold. Still 30 seconds to go here. But if you're Unilad, you haven't touched the hard point. You haven't been able to contest or really do much at all, and they're just getting pushed out of view behind Ricky going off. He gets, what, 2 kills there, plus the assist on the final player as well. Will get picked, but the comms come into Blast as he's able to wrap back and find the kill. Blast still with a hot start. 9-2. Can he make the kills around the back? That first one, let's see where. Look at that. So the person he kills does end up spawning all the way out of bridge. You've got a nice chance to collapse here from complexity onto the next hard point.
You see Shawnee and Weskin, though, they back all the way up. Here's that one gunfight. Great job by Shawnee to stay alive. Pressure, though, on him. Ricky finds that kill. They should be bunker control for complexity, but Unilad, they're going to flood the front as fast as possible. Not allow complexity to get set up. Nade's going in on in, but one player spawns out. That's Blastful due to the pressure of Unilad. They were able to get there so fast, and they might have broken on in. A good job, a good response from Unilad, but here comes Dashy.
A couple spawn at Bell from complexity, too. They'll be able to rotate over here quickly and take the fights. They've now isolated one inside the hard point. That's going to be Alex, but Alex is winning the gunfights in the back. He wins 2 before ultimately dropping, and Sensor now able to get in. A very back-and-forth bunker right now is, like you mentioned, no one kind of got that perfect setup, right? They were never able to push out the front as well.
And that's a big kill by Sensor to win that one-on-one versus Weskin, because that changed that was about a 15-point swing. Unilad would have had full control. You imagine complexity, they rotate on in. So good job by Sensor right there, but now we're gonna go towards this East Road hill. You have Dashy, he's setting up towards cabin. You would love a player like Dashy, get set up there, and yeah, he's gonna have that control. As it just feels like the slaying power of complexity has finally arrived here in this hard point. Looking at that scoreboard, everybody positive. They have a 40-point lead. Things looking a lot better than that game 1.
And Blast now up to 15-7. Again, just not slowing down over the course of this. Alex and Unilad's grenades able to come up the top and clear out of the hard point. Blast, though, still here. It feels like every time he is up, it's like a 3 streak or better, just consistently. And you see the way he's shooting. Just picking Weston off the rock in the back, getting close to streaks now as well. Just take a look at his kills compared to everybody on the Unilad side. The most is 10. He's doubling up pretty much everybody else.
Yeah, and that's so important for complexity. You know, I was upstairs talking to some pro players in the pro lounge yesterday, you know, when complexity was playing, and they're like, Blastful is, you know, one of the best online players, and he just hasn't brought it to land yet. It just feels like every time the camera's on him, he looks a little nervous, he looks a little uncomfortable.
What was it that Decimate tweeted a little bit ago? Something basically said, like, the biggest problem with complexity right now is
it's not online.
Remembering they're playing on LAN, not online. But sometimes it happens, especially if you've been playing well online. You have to adjust a little bit.
I mean, Blastful's a rookie, right? Like, this is his first year here. He makes it to the Pro League. He's putting on a show now in this game number 4. But, you know what? They're not out of this one, only down about 34 points.
Blast with 3 more. They just keep coming in flurries, 23 and 10, as he opens up the hard point for Ricky to set up like a turret here with the AR, wondering where the spawn's coming from. Now snaps back, and unfortunately for him, Wuskin has his number. But we're about to get to Ruins, where I think the leads really started to build for complexity. That's where they really went off the first time through.
But they also had the rotations, right? That's the key difference maker. You can see now Unilad's getting set up. So complexity does get that scrap time, but how are they gonna break? It's always that. Some of the best hardpoint teams in the world, they do such a good job breaking those hills. But Shawnee, he finds 2. All 4 go down for complexity. Nobody in the hill just yet. But that's because Unilad are just trying to get some map control. And they're trying to give Wuskin time. Okay, so that was the reason why. He was on a 5 spree. They wanted to give him that initial 100. But they lost about 10 seconds there.
You better make sure you get the streaks then. And unfortunately, there's one behind him. It's Blast that's going to be trying to hunt him down. I hear him yelling, I believe, for some help. He's getting swarmed. Somehow gets a ridiculous timing and gets him behind. I thought he was spotted by Blast. I don't know if he ever saw him. So there's the 1 streak.
Full streak.
Blast in you. Doesn't matter now as he got the full streaks. Well, at least from a streak perspective. Again, 3 on the kill feed.
He's at 30 kills right now.
Yeah,
what did Zuma have, 50?
Yeah, no, it's been absurd. They've just been literally coming in flurries. Every time I feel like he's getting multi-kills. And that helps. This complexity, once again.
Yep, they get that scrap time. And I just feel like because Unilad waited so long to get into that hill, it sort of messed with the setup a little bit. It allowed complexity a couple opportunities to break Ruins. They're only down 70 points. You do have the streaks. If you can get a good setup, maybe they put that artillery down in the back door. We'll have to see. What is Wes going to do? It seems like he's not moving now. He's calling something in. It's just a glide bomb. How many can he find? He gets a guy off spawn.
Yeah,
he has that spawn shield.
They all split, and the only person he can't hit there and kill is the spawner. Dashy responds with 2 on the front, and just like that, multiple players in the hard point for complexity.
I would have loved for him to call the fighter pod. I think he would have got 3 or 4 right there. Even artillery at the back door, and just like that, complexity break on in. What could have been a great hold for Unilad just doesn't happen. It's just those little mistakes that they're making. And that Blastful is double positive 30 kills.
That helps. It certainly helps. Almost another one there, but Alex, nice shot to pick it up and through the smoke finds Dashy. But the lead still growing for complexity. They grab the final 5 seconds here. They'll be right around the 180 mark. So 179 to 92 as we head to our final hard point in the second set of rotations.
Yeah, even the other sub in Sensor having a great game at 23 and 17. Now he's close to streaks. You saw what he did. You like that play. Has to be careful of that artillery. He's right on the edge of it. I don't think it'll catch him, but this will give Unilad an opportunity to maybe get some time. But there we go. Gets that glide bomb. He's going to call that in. I would save it, right? You know, East Road's so easy to break with those nades. Good job by Doug. He's going to try and want to jump in. You can see what he wants to do. He just wants to touch the hill. Just wants to touch it, does it. Great job by Doug. Gets full streaks.
When you take a look at the top right, and you see the stats you mentioned of the 2 submachine gun players. On a map like Ardent Forest, which is, you know, typically led by your ARs a lot of the time, what does that tell you about complexity?
I mean, they're just getting in great positionings on the map, right? It's typically so hard. Usually it starts with the ARs, but they're just getting 2 to 3 kills at a time, which shouldn't happen. It just means that Unilad, when they're in their setups, they're not converting on the kills that they need to. Sensor, now he's going to call in that glide bomb. They're going to try and rotate over towards that cave hill. He's able to find one on Wuskin. This will allow them to set up. Zed, though, he's in a good position to cut him down, but there's a trade out of Ricky, but 3 do go down for complexity. And now he's going to call in that artillery.
Shawnee
smokes himself out.
Yep, smokes it out. Artillery on the other side, you know he's not going to get pushed from there. Just kind of spraying through, trying to make sure he stays up. Don't step out there too far. He's okay, he's okay. Just trying to hug the edge. Right back in, now it's contested. Unilad
Yeah, but a big kill by Zed in the middle. This will allow them to get an angle. They have, you know, they all have all of cave control. These 20 seconds, you can see Complexity, they're going to give this up. They're going to be only down by 40 seconds. The one thing is, as well, they have a fighter pilot, so you still have a fighter pilot on both sides. And this is definitely the hill you want to use it. You can line it right up and get a couple of kills. All right, so he's going to go for this now. All right, okay, I was going to say, Shawnee, he's going to get off the hill. How many kills can he find? He's able to find one on Blastful. Can't find another. There we go. He's able to pick that up. Now that'll allow him to push up. That's Zed now on the hill. They have to be careful. Great awareness as they do recognize that split spawn. But here comes that fighter pilot from Sensor.
Fighter pilot in. Complexity right back into the hard point for a moment until Unilad can take control of the kill feed. Looking quite yellow right now. Story of the first hard point was Complexity starting to bring it back. Now it's Unilad's chance to give them a taste of their own medicine.
And I just feel like they had to convert that fighter pilot from Sensor a little bit more. It had to be more effective. And, you know, even that artillery strike on Cave wasn't that good. It didn't find much. It didn't even help them. Shawnee just stay alive in the hill. That cut down the lead. If you have that artillery for Bunker or for this one, maybe that helps you sort of close this game out. But
and think about Blast kills compared to everybody else in the lobby at one point.
Oh, but he slowed down big time.
Slowed down massively, and then think about like Alex. Alex is only 3 kills off this. At one point, you looked at it, he was like 31 and 16.
He was like, yeah, 30 and 14. So since that point, he's 6 and 13.
Yeah, slowed down big time. And that's, I bet you that's part of the reason Unilad are about to take the lead. They've now set up a bunker. This is the first time we've seen kind of a nice opening bunker setup. It's been very scrappy throughout most of this game. It seems to be falling apart rather quickly, but Wuskin goes big in the back. Zed wins a nice one-on-one. Unilad now in the lead and looking for the 3-1 victory.
They recognize the bell spawns. There we go, 3 go down. Blast for the last player alive, and all of those players spawn back ruins. That is the worst spawn possible for this cave hill. Shawnee able to find that with that pre-fire. All the pressure now going to be on Wuskin. Throws a nade, not able to find anything. No, and you can see the spread of Complexity. They're trying to pinch on in. This is a very good break opportunity for them. They want to try to break up this momentum. Zed, though, still alive in the hill. He's at 450. Can he find those kills? Nice bait and switch right there. Dashi able to find another one. We're going to head over to East Road.
And look at cabin control. It's going to be Unilad that's going to be set up to at least maybe get some opening time or make sure the Complexity can't set up nicely. It's a lot of pressure on, who is it, Wuskin, to make sure he holds that position, but Complexity still picking up time. And right as I say that, Dashy's going to pick Wuskin. Thankfully, a 2-piece comes in on nade, make it 3 as a sub comes in handy as well for Alex, and he gets right back into control of cabin here. Big play from him.
I definitely should have find that 3 to just break up that momentum. Now he gets on the hill, and that puts pressure on Complexity. They have to convert. 3 go down. The last player, Sensor. He goes down. The nades have to be perfect. The game could end here. Zed, he's pushed up at the fire tank. That's Shawnee on the hill. Oh, Alex, right next to you. There's a player that just spawned up. Doesn't expect that. Sensor gets that nade. Are we going to rotate over towards this cave hill? Looks like we potentially can. Just 10 more seconds needed. Shawnee, though, he's able to find 2. Can't find the 3rd. But they're still putting pressure on East Road. They may try to end it right there.
They got in. Okay, now they can't win it here, so this is all going to be on Cave. Complexity.
Oh, Dashi found the timing, though. He gets the cabin. This is a big kill. Able to find 1. Can he find the 2nd? Nice shots on the Shawnee, but Zed's there. But Ricky's in the hill.
Here we go.
With the split spawn. The split spawn from Wuskin. The split spawn comes in. Complexity's out of place.
Ricky gets picked in the back. Now Alex doing what he can for Unilad at mid-map. Unilad's in the hard point. 5 more points needed. They are all over the map right now. Complexity can't get there in time. The kills come through. 3-1 to Unilad as they hold on in the hard point after coming back from down. I don't know what the biggest deficit was, but
it was a lot. I would love if we can we show the final scoreboard?
Yeah, if we can see it, just because I am curious how much Blast kind of slowed down over the course of the, I think the best I saw was like 31-16, somewhere in that ballpark.
Yep.
And as he slowed down, it was what, Zed and some of the SMG players. So he ended up 43 and 35. So still had one hell of a game, but obviously the pace slowed down from what he started with.
Sensor right there with him as well, and a bit of a slow game from the ARs on the other side. Yeah, you said it. Alex started to pick it up. Wuskin, the only player positive, but what was the key? We talked about it. As soon as Unilad finally held some setups, Blastful slowed down, right? Like, he did slow down.
It's hard to play a sub when you don't have the setup.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Because Complexity, they just kept out rotating them, and Unilad, they were just put in so many tough positions. They had some questionable streaks, but they had that fighter pilot at ruins that allowed them to break, and then you had that fighter pilot from Sensor, you feel like the game could have been put away right there. They could have had around 230 points. Instead, it was Unilad. They then go over to Bunker. Such a great series for Unilad, and that puts them in the hunt now, right? They're 1-2. They lost, though, to Optic and Rise. This was a big win for them.
Absolutely. These are the teams they have to beat if they're going to fight for the top 4 spots. And, guys, we do have a PlayStation Instant Reaction with Jess. She's on stage with Wuskin.
Thanks, Maven. So, first off, happy birthday. How does it feel to get your first one here at the Pro League on your birthday?
Feels great. Feels great. I'd have been depressed if I left here with a loss tonight, so feels great.
Now, before I did chat with you a little bit, you said, you know, we don't lose. It's going to be a 3-0, and it was almost. It was a 3-1. Where did you get the confidence to make a statement like that?
To be honest with you, I was trolling. I won't lie. I did feel like we were going to win, but 3-0 was me trolling. I won't lie to you.
I honestly thought you were trolling, but you clearly weren't somehow. So finally, what did go wrong on that CTF? What could you have done to make it a 3-0?
Well, to be honest, yeah, we've like, that's the first time we've played that as a team online. Practice hasn't been the best online, so I don't know. It's hard playing it. That's our first time, so we've learned.
All right, well, thank you so much for the interview. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction, and we'll be right back after this quick break.
First, they're sour. Then they're sweet.
Oh, thanks, guys.
New Sour Patch Kids Fire and Freeze. Sour, sweet, gone.
Oh, are you
ready to go to lunch? Yeah, dude, let's do it.
Right, but you're riding in the back seat?
Yeah, I mean, why not? It's pretty spacious back here.
Sure, but there's plenty of space up front.
Nah, I'm good, bro.
Sure.
Oh, if you don't get us there quickly, by the way, you're not getting 5 stars.
Sir, yes, sir. Right away, sir. Breathmint?
Don't talk to me.
Designed and focused around you, the Toyota CHR. Toyota, let's go places.
I like it when I go to Grandma's house. Me too. It makes me sad when Grandma's sick. Me too.
Get in motion, live in motion. At Colonial Oaks Health and Rehab, we focus on getting your body, heart, and soul back in motion.
It's our team approach and the most advanced rehab equipment that helps us get people who lack confidence and strength get back in motion.
Call Colonial Oaks, whether you're at home or in the hospital. We'll help you get back in motion.
Attackers incoming.
Everyone ready? Let's do this.
Discover the team-based shooter that just keeps getting better. Drop in and perfect your skills with over 25 unique heroes.
Did someone call a doctor?
Each with devastating abilities.
Don't get back up.
Switch heroes on the fly to gain the advantage and lead your team to victory.
Anyone want to join me? EMP activated.
Overwatch Legendary Edition. Get $20 off for a limited time.
I've been doing music since I was 5. When I put that first project out, that's when I was like, you know what, this is what I want to do. And eventually we want to build a studio, even have a program for students. Everybody has a story before they were great, before they were somebody worth writing about. I want to be that person believing in other people so they understand that they can do anything they want to do in life.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty World League presented by PlayStation 4. We're about halfway through day 2 here for week 1 of the Division B teams of the Call of Duty World League. And what a good game that was there from me, Unilad versus Complexity. We said before the game that we expected this to potentially be battle of the bubble teams, and I'll be honest, you know, during trading shots, I said this Unilad squad, I didn't really see high hopes for them. Well, I was wrong. Unilad look fantastic, Phil, and it's strange to see them without scraps, but yet still playing well, maybe even better than before.
Yeah, I think, again, to say they're playing better than before, I need to see more of this Unilad squad. I'm impressed from what I'm seeing, especially on the hard points, but this kind of team, it seems to be working and gelling well. They seem to be all on the same page, which is a huge factor in Call of Duty. You can't have someone, you know, 2 steps ahead or 2 steps behind, which I think some teams do, but the hard point, and as you can see here, obviously both very similar scores. Very, very good, but again, these are games which maybe should have been closed out earlier. Yep. They maybe kind of let Complexity kind of come back into it in the first one. But overall, I just love the way that Unilad are approaching the breaks on the hard points, and the fact that they're playing around their streaks. They're playing smart Call of Duty. They're not just kind of playing sporadically and just kind of going out and doing crazy plays. Because I don't think that they have that kind of raw talent on their team, but they're using what they have. And they're using it very, very well. Yeah, they looked very, very good in the hard points, to your point. Very good at breaking the hills. Search and Destroy, though, Nameless, that was a close one. Obviously, goes the distance round 11. Very much basically just Zed versus Dashi. They were the 2 key players. And Dashi has impressed, but we were having this kind of conversation, you know, during the green room when we were watching those games. I feel like he's so good in terms of gun skill, but it feels like sometimes he has a little bit maybe to learn still.
Oh, he has a ton to learn, especially watching that last hard point there. There were a lot of times he was in a primary position that he needed to stay and just hold it, and he would go and try to assist his teammates. And especially when you get games like that out of Blast and Sensor where they're going off on that Ardens. I think Blast started 30 and 15 and they were only up 40 points. You got to capitalize on it, and where that comes in is that is holding down your position and your hills and your rotations. And they were getting broken almost right off the bat sometimes, and they had no organization when they were going to break the hill. On that back bunker hill, both times they were trying to break the back, and they had no AR looking over them to get any of those kills in the back no man's land, and they could not break it at all. And it was bad to watch. But I think if they can go back and watch some film, and Dashi watches some of these top ARs, he can add that to his gameplay because he has the shot and the ability to do it. Yeah. It's just whether they do it or not. Obviously,
Close series though, Phil. 3-1 could have been even closer than that, especially when you look at the individual map counts. For Complexity now, where do you rank them? Obviously, yes, we haven't seen that many games, but do you still think this is a team that could be fighting for playoffs?
I think this is a team, for me, I put Cole in the 5th, 6th position. So no matter if you're 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th, you're not making playoffs. But, Savage. You know, at the end of the day, that's just kind of the result. You see the top 4 or you don't make it. It's as simple as that. And I don't think that they will push for that top 4. I don't think that they're there yet. Do they have the skill? You know, will we see them improve maybe through Anaheim? Yes, I do think so. But I just think they're missing something. I think sometimes, like, Blast will have a very poor search and destroy, which I'm kind of so shocked to kind of see. Inconsistency. Yeah. Same with the likes of Sensor. But when they're all playing well, like we see Dashi dropping 40 bombs, we see, you know, even on there, we saw Blast was like 30 and 15, and I think it was 60 points up, and it just kind of should have been more, if that makes sense. When they find their feet, they can be a contender. Do they make top 4? I don't think so. I'm still going to place them in that 5th, 6th position.
Fair enough. Seems fair. Obviously, you mentioned inconsistencies, and we kind of talk about that a lot with players in the Pro League, and obviously you're both former players yourself for a very, very long time. When you have inconsistencies in a team, how do you fix that? Is there anything specific you can do, Nameless? Anything you've done in the past when you've had inconsistent performances?
As a team, you watch film. As an individual player, you just play as much as you can. Get into as many 8s as you can possibly get in. Get here early and play. Because the more you play, that's when you're going to iron out those situations that cause you to become inconsistent. I think watching film is probably the biggest thing, and I think a lot of these teams need to start picking up coaches, because I think that it's helping these teams. We see EG, who was typically an inconsistent team previously. They have a coach, and now I won't give all the credit to him, but I think that's something that helps. But yeah, definitely inconsistency. Watching film is the #1 way to get out of that rut.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Of course, still some games to come later on today. Up next on the main stage, Tainted Minds versus Optic Gaming. We mentioned how much of a tough day Tainted Minds have, but then, of course, to close out the evening, what a game that is going to be. Luminosity versus Rise Nation. We get a lot of questions answered in that series, but, of course, we will talk about that Tainted Minds versus Optic Gaming matchup. It is up next on main stage. Phil, you know, for Tainted Minds, said it before, say it again. Very, very tough day for them. I mean, are you looking at them to just try and win a map here against Optic Gaming, or what's your thought process coming in?
I think they need the same mentality as Unilad did yesterday when they had Ryzen Optic.
Okay.
They went home 0-2, 1-6, I think they went home. If Tainted Minds can go home again with just a map or 2 maps under their belt, I think it's not necessarily a success, but it's something to take away that's positive. But again, you go into this knowing that all the pressure's off. All the pressure is on Optic to come out and just bomb these kids like 3-0. Like, it should be a destruction. If it isn't, then you start to think, you know, what do we do right? Where do we go wrong? And again, straight after today, Tainted Mind should be going back, watching these both these series again, and just improving. You've got to improve, because these are the days where, yes, you go 0-2, you might go 0-6, but then you come back the next day, e.g. like Unilad yesterday, you play a team like Cole and you go, oh, okay, you know, this is okay.
Right.
You know, Unilad pick up a big win over Cole, Tainted Minds tomorrow may pick up a big win themselves.
Obviously, you know, Tainted Minds, they have already played today. Optic Gaming, this is their first game of the day. Nameless, you saw Octane there, a little bit of a yawn coming in. Does that play any kind of hindsight in it, or any influence really to your predictions for this series? Or
no, not to my predictions, but I do agree with Phil, where you don't go into this match thinking like, oh, if we lose a map, it's over, we gotta win. It's you have to learn. If you're Tainted Minds, you go into this series and you think, okay, what do we do wrong in the LG match? Let's try to improve upon it. If we lose a map, it's fine, but let's not like start arguing or get angry with each other. Let's learn and get better, and come back the next day, play, you know, one of the lower ranked teams and maybe beat them with the stuff that we learned. So if I'm Tainted, I go in with an open mind and I don't get frustrated at all during the series.
Well, here's a look at our map set. Obviously, St. Marie, and Arden Forest, CTF, and Gibraltar Hardpoint, and London Dock Search. Any initial thoughts when you look at this map set?
If I remember correctly, Optic won a 6-0 St. Marie, I think it was yesterday. So Optic has been looking pretty good in Search and Destroy. You got a lot of players in that team who, I mean, Methods and Octane have been lights out in Search throughout this game. And after speaking with Looney yesterday, he said Methods was sort of their play call leader, which is something interesting when you throw him on a team with a guy like Krim, because Krim's an intellectual player and calls plays as well.
Right.
So maybe that balance can be something that, you know, propels Optic to become one of the best Search and Destroy teams.
I'm looking at the map set and I'm even more scared for Tainted Minds. The St. Marie Hardpoint, they kind of got battered by Mindfreak. The Search and Destroy there was London Docks. That was the one they lost to Mindfreak. The CTF Arden Forest is kind of the one that sticks out to me, because the 2 CTFs they've already played is the other 2. You know, this is whether they're just trying to get one under their belt on land, kind of feel which one they're best at.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but we saw them destroy Mindfreak 5-0 on London Docks. Then we saw them obviously play on Flat Tower. I don't think that went too well against LG. But now they're playing Forest.
First, they're sour. Then they're sweet.
Oh, thanks, guys.
New Sour Patch Kids Fire and Freeze. Sour, sweet, gone.
Oh, are you...
Ready to go to lunch? Yeah, dude, let's do it.
Right, but you're riding in the back seat?
Yeah, I mean, why not? It's pretty spacious back here.
Sure, but there's plenty of space up front.
Nah, I'm good, bro.
Sure.
Oh, if you don't get us there quickly, by the way, you're not getting 5 stars.
Sir, yes, sir. Right away, sir. Breath mint?
Don't talk to me.
Designed and focused around you, the Toyota CHR. Toyota, let's go places.
Internet providers promise small business a lot. Comcast Business offers more complete reliability with up to 6 hours of 4G wireless network backup. AT&T doesn't. Get 75 megabit internet for $49.95 per month when you get 2 voice mobility lines. Call today.
Attackers incoming.
Everyone ready? Let's do this.
Discover the team-based shooter that just keeps getting better. Drop in and perfect your skills with over 25 unique heroes.
Did someone call a doctor?
Each with devastating abilities. Don't get back up. Switch heroes on the fly to gain the advantage and lead your team to victory.
Anyone want to join me? EMP activated.
Overwatch Legendary Edition. Get $20 off for a limited time.
everyone, Revin here with your play breakdown presented by TCL. Let's analyze some recent gameplay from the Call of Duty World League. It's Optic Gaming's new roster debut here in Division B. They're going up against Unilad. We're in map number 4, and we're in the closing seconds. You see the scoreline here on your screen. Optic Gaming need just one more point to close out this map and also this series and walk away with their first series victory here against Unilad. Let's get the clip rolling and see how the action unfolds. On your screen here, it's Optic Gaming. Once again, they only need one more point out of the final 7 here on ventilation in order to close out the map. And with the glide bomb being called in by Methods, the new hardpoint is about to pop up. And I'm going to pause it here because Methods is about to make a crucial mistake as we highlight everything going on, the position for players. Number 8 here, that's Methods. You see the players set up inside the hardpoint for Unilad. 2, of course, coming from the old hardpoint. And Optic Gaming, they're spawning out near the back left side of the loading docks bay. So Methods is in a key position to play for spawns and influence Unilad to spawn all the way across the map while his other teammates are setting up a pinch. They're trying to go and take out the Unilad setup. We'll get the clip rolling. We're about to switch over to Methods. And right here, as he shoots, he gives up his location. Once again, zooming in on the minimap. You see, immediately, the arrows start to turn around as the engagements start to go down on the map. It's Unilad with the early setup, and they're fighting. Once again, one more point is all Optic Gaming need to close out this map. But as Methods makes his location known, he loses the engagement to Zed. And you see once again, as I zoom back in on the minimap, it's going to be Unilad spawning out in the top right-hand side of the map, which means all they have to do now is focus down these lanes and cut off the Optic Gaming members that are trying to push on forward and break into the setup. Optic Gaming are going to spawn near the back office side of the map and just constantly run through this one open lane. That's all Unilad have to lock down, and they can walk away and steal this map 4 and force the game 5. The clip will continue. As once again, it's Unilad set up inside the hardpoint, kills being exchanged. They have to stay alive inside the hill. And right here, Shawnee, he peeks out and spots that Optic Gaming members are set up to come in and break. But the crossfire's here for Unilad. As they find a couple kills, you see the members starting to dwindle down for Optic Gaming. But there's one player you have to keep in the back of your mind, and that's going to be this guy, number 5 on your screen, the king for a reason. The clip is going to roll, and take a look at the mistakes that Unilad are about to make. Scump finds one initially, and Shawnee has the clear line of sight, but he only has 6 bullets left in his clip. He doesn't have any more shots to fire at Scump, and he's going to actually swap over to the machine pistol and re-challenge. He has to stay alive here. 2 of his teammates die. Scump gets the 3-piece, pushes in, gets the final point that Optic Gaming need to close out the map. And also this series, it was a great showcase from Optic Gaming's new roster here in their first series against Unilad. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Revin, and this has been your play breakdown presented by TCL.
Great breakdown there from Revin on the Optic Gaming play and victory yesterday against Unilad in that Valkyrie hardpoint. But now it's a battle of the bright greens. So we've got Tatum Mines going up against Optic Gaming, and Tatum Mines really have their work cut out for them, that's for sure.
Sure. Let's see how high they can run up the score that is Optic Gaming that I'm talking about.
I was like, oh, hey.
Actually, no, I am talking about Tatum Mines because Optic will get to 250. Tatum Mines, we'll see. We'll see what club they join, if one at all. Maybe something crazy happens, of course. You never want to sell up.
I like the pink, though. The pink is fresh. I like that a lot. That's hopefully going to lead to great gameplay. But Nimble has been solid. We saw him in a series last night and today where he's been performing well individually. Can the team put it together here against Optic Gaming? It is not going to be easy.
That pink really is kind of weird.
I love it. I love it. It stands out.
It looks good. At least like, contrasting. So that's the hard-hitting analysis we have off the break. The only thing notable was like no one wanted to get inside the hill off the right. Everybody's worried about nades and getting wall bang. And by the way, Optic Gaming in control of the hill. Scump is pretending he has an AR in his hands with that PPSH, but he's going to move inside the hill as well or push up the lane. But complete control so far in the restaurant hill. No, Optic Gaming does not have the spawns, but the question is, can they break on Methods? He's the guy to watch. He's going to be coming on the flank, so he's going to be ready for him. But just like that, Methods wins the gunfight.
Nice one-on-one victory, which will open up back ammo for them to start to get set up. Krim will get picked, though, as he tries to get into Grannies. Damage has a lot more work to do, though. Multiple players here. He's going to get shot in the back as he tries to watch the flank. Now the pressure comes to Swift Azor, and he gets picked immediately. Things falling apart almost instantaneously here for Tatum Mines, as now they're going to be spawning field, having to flood through the front. But they are still racking up time, and the reinforcements do get here in time.
Yeah, Optic Gaming put all the pressure on the spawns, but the spawns is only half the battle. Now you got to get inside the hill, and you can see, well, Tainted Minds, they can't just flood from one side, but it's not easy to do. Damage is going to fall. So if he tried to give the opening, he picked up the 2-piece, but it would have taken another 2-piece, and there you see the priority. Get the spawns, then you only have to just even trade on gunfights, and you will come out on top.
Octane gets picked at the back box, but Crim6 there for the trade. And the rest of this time, definitely going to be going to Optic as they open up a lead now in transition. We'll try to find a gap in the defense here from Tainted Minds as they get ready for our next hard point at parking lot. So far, Nimble doing a good job just being a nuisance here. Crim6 can't finish him. Methods, he actually kills Methods too. If Nimble's able to somehow pick up Crim in this spot, okay. So Nimble will fall. But it got scary there for a second if he was able to kind of bait in the team kill and then also find Crim.
This is actually like best case scenario for Tainted Minds as well, because that's just going to slow them down profusely. And they got players that are watching the back. You got Octane working with Scump, but Swifty's back here. And at the very least, just needs to slow him down, but he's not going to do it too well. Only gets a nade out, and you see Methods going on the pinch. This is going to force Tainted Minds spawn out. Damage just going to get naded, and just like that, Optic Gaming breaks 2 hills in a row. Relatively close game. So Tainted Minds, I think best case scenario here, they don't necessarily need to like re-break the hill. Just get him out of like 10 seconds. That's all you got to do.
Get him out, contest, do what you can here. Just make sure Optic can't open up much more of a lead. There's a big one-on-one going down for a moment at least, and Octane's going to lose that. So Damage gets in for a couple of seconds, and he's still here contesting. This is exactly what you said they needed to do. They almost do exactly that. Probably earn a couple of points and contest for 10 seconds or so.
Yeah, not a bad spot at all, but the problem is Methods. He's already working towards the new spawns, trying to be a nuisance. He does get cleaned up, and now Tainted Minds actually has a pre-made pinch sort of set up on the hill because he got the player in back barn that's Nimble. Buys Swiftazor's enough time to come over and get the help. Nimble does get taken down, but now Tainted Minds knows all the pressure is going to be coming in from one side, and, well, they're winning all the gunfights now as well. Unfortunately for them, they gave up mid-map, so they're going to be out of the hill for just a moment, but about as good as it gets on lookout post for the moment. They're doing their best to keep Optic Gaming at bay, but the gunfights start to get traded back and forth, and it does look like Optic Gaming, 3 hills in a row now, will be strong enough to break through on lookout post.
They get in. Still a lot of time they can rack up here, but that's going to be the story thus far. Like, Tainted Minds could be in this game or even have a lead if they can just hold any of these early setups that they've gotten. I mean, Optic has let them get set up. It's just their ability to break on in behind the slang prowess you have on this squad has been the problem. Can Tainted Minds punish Optic with one of these early setups is the question. Once again, Tainted Minds in first. They win the first fight there as Methods gets picked by the nade. The collapse now going to come in. Octane worried about the player at top window. So far, so good for Tainted Minds, but usually where they've struggled is once it gets about halfway through the hard point, Optic Gaming breakthrough.
Well, Tainted Minds is in. Hey, they're winning all the gunfights. Optic Gaming is all going to have to push from the exact same side. And Nibble, he's trying to rack up a little bit of a streak. He's on 2. He's going to be the frontline man. And Octane, it looks like he's just going to get the wall bang. Optic Gaming can flood in. Swifty's last one alive. And yes, he does get one, but it's not going to be enough. And just like that, Optic Gaming pushes through. But we have seen the situation before where Tainted Minds, they at least have the spawns for the next hill. Even if they lose Restaurant, they got to not lose them. Last time it came down to that 1v1 between Methods and Swifty kind of opened up the hill. And this time it's Nimble's responsibility to watch it. We'll see if Tainted Minds can hold on.
Swifty and Nimble going to be crucial here. 2 players kind of spawning out in a split. You already see Methods, I think, ready to deal with that. He's actually going to go ahead and push. He's going to get caught by Swifty. Nimble, next man up. See some shots come in, trying to play both sides of ammo here, and he'll get cut down by Crim6 via the headshot in the back. So far, still so good from Tainted Minds. They have them spawning out deep, all the way kind of by that B-bomb site, as they have to rotate over. It's a big hike here. So in the opening 15 or so seconds, Optic Gaming hasn't been able to put any pressure on the hard point yet. Repositioning out of the hard point for a moment is damage as he at least gets a kill in the back. Tainted continues to do it, but this is around that mark where Optic usually break in right around 30 or so seconds.
And they put a lot of pressure on that ammo side of things just to consistently force Tainted Minds spawns out. The question is it going to be enough? They did give up quite a bit of time, and of course that 2 to 3 rotation is the most important thing on St. Marie. So yes, Optic, they do have a sizable lead, and they've broken on the 3rd hill once before. And I think we're going to see the same thing. They're going to run up that far left lane. They're going to consistently put the pressure on the back end again. They're just prioritizing spawns pretty heavily on both the 2nd and the 3rd hill. Crim6 is going to be the guy that's doing it once again. You can see Tainted Minds is trying to hunt him down, but just because Tainted Minds even had pressure by where Crim6 Crimsix is, that means anyone from Optic Gaming that dies, they spawn up like back ammo. So even though Crimsix is here, it's not quite the anchor, but he clears up Swifty. Now Optic has the good spawn, which means number 5 spawns out of buy ammo.
The big thing right now, you can survive this. You can stay in games if you're Tainted Minds. If you're getting early setups and you're getting broken about halfway through, you can still stick around for a clutch. The problem is if Optic Gaming at some point during this starts to get some streaks. Because in that method, instead of breaking in halfway through the hard point, suddenly you're breaking in the opening push behind a streak. And that's when the lead will really blow up. But Tainted Minds has absolutely kept this close. Once again, the scrap time, or the second half of the hard point going to Optic Gaming. But no one's been able to pick up any kind of streaks. No one really going off right now. I mean, Crim's leading the way. Scump's right there with him as 20 and 14 and 19 and 13, respectively. But when can Optic Gaming chain maybe the final hard point time into, an early break? Yeah, I think that's when the game ends. Unless, honestly, they'll still win if they keep this method. It's going to take a little longer.
I was going to say an early break or just an early hold. Like, they've been fighting for spawns constantly. And again, things have been working out clearly, but they haven't really had the opportunity to get a full setup. It literally seems like it's a testing ground of let's give Tainted Mind spawns and see if we can work on our breaks. That's not what's happening, but it just kind of seems that way. But you got Scump inside, the pressure for Optic coming in the back, and I don't know, Tainted Mind's in an okay spot, but they really need to break through on here. Nimble's going to be a key guy. And
no, I think you're right, though, in the sense of if this were Optic playing against a team like, let's say in Division A, like a Red Reserve or an EG, who's really good at getting early setups and holding him, they'd be in a world of trouble right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're playing super structured, but they are taking a lot of times go for those spawns. But we'll see. I mean, again, against Tainted Minds, you got the 70-point lead. You're going into Restaurant Hill next. Based on what we've seen before, it should be a pretty comfortable win, but maybe Tainted Minds can pull off a miracle, but with Octane up top, it's going to be difficult to do. Nimble, though, is going to be there to shut him down.
One more break. Might be able to do it. Once again, Red controlled early here by Tainted Minds. Crim trying to challenge the top window there. Not an easy gunfight to take, but Scump and company on the front side. You see 4 players lighting up there, all pink on the kill feed for Tainted Minds. They get the clear, and they hold the setup again. And they just keep sticking around, right? Optic has not been able to bury them in this game. Still a comfortable lead, but Tainted Minds do not want to go away.
Crimsix going huge as well. Picks up 2 on the flank, and yes, he gets taken down. And, well, I would have said that's the opportunity for Optic to flood in the front, but they lost all the gunfights on the front line, so Crimsix's flank is essentially worthless. Now, though, Scump's going to go play for next spawns, but either way, this has been a near full 60 for Tainted Minds, and if they even hold on at the end here, they will have, what, their 3rd opportunity to lock down this second hill. But, yeah, Scump's isn't back, so the only opportunity Tainted Minds had, it comes down to another 1v1, and Scump should just win this one easily.
He wins it, but Optic did spawn out at 3rd, so they do have to rotate across the map. Scump's going to be in trouble till the help comes in. Crim now here to help. Wins that first gunfight and the streak. And I mentioned earlier, once they get those is maybe when they're able to finally break into a hard point early. But Swifty earned one on the other side. He also has an artillery to go with this chance. And 30 points down, Tainted Minds once again in control of early time in Winery. But remember, Optic has managed to get through eventually in each hard point, but both times they got ammo control early. This time they don't. And Tainted Minds will have a lead change here in a couple of seconds, Chance.
And he's got the artillery.
Yep.
They have all the time in the world to push out. Optic Gaming doesn't even want this hill anymore. There's no sense in even taking these gunfights. They need the full setup, but the artillery's there. So if Swifty uses it correctly, which, I don't know, it depends on how the gunfights go. If they lose these on their first attempt to break, you put it right on top of the hill. But if you manage in these next couple seconds to get a couple down, you could use it offensively and you can just win the game.
This might be the first hard point we see Optic set up at first, as they've been enjoying the breaks in the scrap time. Now they have the early setup, but the problem is you got a streak. Artillery is going to come in. Method should be cleared out of the hard point momentarily, unless he's able to tuck back into a corner and somehow survive this. Finally, he will drop. 3 are going to be down. They're still spawning safe. There wasn't enough pressure on the front line there from Tainted Minds to spawn him out, and Scump doing what he can mid-street. Scump, though, will finally fall. Tainted Minds only need 19 more points here. One just ran up the front. Nimble just ran up the front and got inside. Swifty's able to put a couple shots in as well. No one's getting time at the hard point. But as Swifty drops, finally, a bit of control now for Optic Gaming. They can win it here, but still some streaks on Tainted Minds.
Yeah, so the question is, they're going to get to what, 233, but a player is going to be able to funnel right in the back, so absolutely, they can win. Tainted Minds has to go, and Optic Gaming, they have a lot of options. They could just, well, win the gunfights or rotate to next. Damage is coming to the back. He's going to have to pick up like 2. The pinch is in, a player's going mid-cut, 2 in the front. They all go down, the 4-man wipe. Optic, they let it get interesting, but they close it down in the end. to take a not-so-comfortable win against Tainted Minds.
Yeah, I mean, Optic got up early. They were up 50, 60 points early in the game, and then they seemed content with let them set up. We're eventually going to break in. Let them set up. We're eventually going to break in. They just held that lead throughout the course of the game until it got a little scary at the end.
I mean, those every single hill, except for that very last one, I think Optic lost the rotation to. Like, literally every single time. And it just took, what, that one good restaurant hold for them to get streaks. And then the one time that Optic didn't focus on ammo, they just flood in the front. Then they just stopped winning gunfights.
Yeah, it was close. It was close. But honestly, you just need to get the victory. And Optic are able to take it despite maybe not the prettiest of hard points. And Tainted Minds, they play them tough. I mean, I thought they actually looked a little bit more disciplined on their side for most of the game. At least we were talking about early rotations and getting in control. But as we move through this series, the question is going to be, can Tainted Minds steal one of these games, or will it be a 3-0? I believe, though, before the series actually started, Jess was able to talk with Scump from Optic Gaming. Curious to hear his thoughts.
Yep, Maven, that is right. I did, in fact, talk with Scump, and going into the series, he said that they were feeling pretty good, pretty confident going up against Tainted Minds, but he did add that Tainted Minds are kind of like a question mark of a team because Optic hasn't really gotten too much of a chance to play versus them. So he said, well, we might see some things that we haven't really seen out of other teams yet, but overall, we just had some really good scrims versus Rise, so we're feeling pretty good, feeling pretty confident. So for now, back on over to the casters.
Thank you, Jess. We'll see if the confidence, I mean, they have a lot to be confident about. You're talking about coming into Division B. At first, it was like, what are we going to get from Optic? We expect them to be good. Then you hear Clayster talking about the fact they might be the best team in the game. You hear Priestess say that he thinks they can top the division. There's another pro player I saw kind of pop up in an article. A lot of people seem to quickly get faith behind this team to be one of the best. Well, we kind of expected that, but once they start actually scrimming and dominating some people, it started to pop up more and more amongst the pros.
At the same time, though, like maybe they're going like completely next level. They're hyping Optic up, so once they face like a top team and maybe there's like a crack in the armor, then they're like, maybe we aren't that good, and then they collapse. But no, more than likely they should be a perfectly fine team. There's no next level mental games going on. You never know. I'm excited for that the final match of Thursday. Tomorrow, yes. I believe it'll be what, Optic? LG to close it out. Should be an incredible matchup. It should be. This one, though, you never know. Honestly, with the way map number 1 came out, it might be a better series than we previously expected. If you think about the success Tainted Minds has had in the league so far, granted they've only played 2 series, but they've played like a Valkyrie S&D. They played it, I know this is a different map, but a Valkyrie S&D, they played against Mind Freak, they beat him 6-1. So they've had a little bit of success in Search and Destroy. They beat whoever they played day 1. I can't even remember at this point. Was it LG they played? Whoever it was, they beat him on a CTF. Or no, definitely wasn't LG then. Beat him on a CTF like 4-1. So they've shown success. Mind Freak. Was it Mind Freak that beat the CTF as well? Yeah, I believe, right? Oh, yeah, it did go to Game 5. I thought they beat Mind Freak 5-0. Oh, they played earlier today. Okay, well, whatever it's been, they've shown success in the next 2 game modes. It's a hard point. I wasn't here yesterday, and I slept most of the day. So honestly, taking anything I say about yesterday, not a good idea. Yeah, probably shouldn't be. No. Yeah, when you asked me the question, I was like, good one, Chance. Look, man, I'm trying to find a sell for Tainted Minds for them to have like an opportunity to win. You could say that the hard point was close, but that's part of our job. It's part of our job, making the series entertaining, interesting, a battle of one of the best from APAC versus one of the best in North America, clashing in Call of Duty World War II at the Call of Duty World League in Columbus, Ohio. Oh, here you go. Here's the sell for this map. So the same array S&D spawns got like moved. And like it wasn't even in the patch notes. So I have no idea how that's a thing. Is that confirmed? Oh, I wasn't sure if that was confirmed. Well, confirmed. You can watch it. On defense, you spawn farther back. You used to spawn like in between. It got moved back into the left, which 5-10 feet, which doesn't sound huge, but like
it is. It changed how the game played. Drastically.
I was going to say, it changes timings. It changes like what you need to do over on the B site. So again, if you want to talk about opportunities for Tainted Minds to win, you'll take any little bit of help you can get. And maybe it's just a small spawn adjustment. But we do see early on, Octane walks up, gets one pretty much free kill, and he's looking for more.
He's got help rotating over as well. He sees to stay alive till Scump gets in position, and Krim gets in position in a window to help him out. There's the nade, and the assist comes through for him. Great job, really, on the communication and play by Octane there. And a push from Tainted Minds is just evaporated.
Bait and switch coming in. Octane falls for Scump to get the kill. Damage is the last one alive. He's waiting to catch Scump off guard, which, well, seems to be the case, but the reaction time for Scump, he's like, oh, nope, not going this way. Let me double back in. As soon as you get that information, Damage is just trapped. Scump's going to have all the help in the world. The flank's going to come in, and just like that, clean round from Optic that pretty much just came off the first blood from Octane.
This is actually the the mode that I was very much curious to see how it would change for Optic. I mean, just thinking historically over that team, you know, it's what, 3+ years. S&D was never really their specialty. That is where they would struggle. That is where
they were still good, but it was their worst.
Yes, yes. When you have a 70 to 80% win rate in the other two modes, and that's around 40 to 50, yeah, it certainly can be. And that, yesterday, didn't they have like a 6-0, 6-1? I was talking to Joey. He's like, their search looked really solid. So you got to think if they improve there dramatically, that's a big win.
Well, I mean, you think even just like straight player to player, like Karma and Methods. Methods has been good, but maybe not too much better than Karma and S&D, so relatively comparable. But Octane this year has definitely been better than Formula and S&D. Octane has just been like disturbingly good, even when he's baiting for his teammates. But Optic should, again, be perfectly fine in the game mode. Here we find ourselves in a 2v2. B-site's been cleared out. They do have the bomb. And Tainted Minds, it looks like they're just trying to pinch Optic in. So they're going to give up the plant unless Nimble goes for the challenge. He might actually get really good timing on the player.
He needs to get there before he pops up behind the box. He gets him right before Octane can get in position to watch the flank. And it falls apart quickly. Nice 2-on-2 victory there from Tainted Minds, and it works out great. He's there a second half later. Octane's behind the box set up, and he gets beamed.
And here's some bad stuff from Optic Gaming. If you're in that 2v2 and you have site control, there's 3 places they can come in from. Where the player that was watching over him, whoever it was, you can watch top mid and you can watch like the original like defense spawn at the exact same time. So you just have to plant to not get killed from ammo. That's the only place you have to plant for. He plants not in that spot, so he gets picked off. If they pick a better plant spot, they should be able to win that round. Like if you get control of B, you should be able to win, and they don't know where to plant.
Well, doesn't work out for him, and Tainted Minds take advantage. Now trying to flood into this B site. Krem6 late to get in. He gets caught with a grenade. Methods at least able to peek in late and find one, but will drop almost immediately afterwards. So Octane and Scump, what might be a new incredible duo in the making, is going to fall almost immediately.
Completely different round than the last time around, but you get control of the B site, you get bombed down, you win the round. It's not too complicated after that. Methods, the spot he had, like, honestly, it's impressive that he gets 1 kill at all, because that's just like you just come around the corner and pre-fire, but he was getting shot by like at least 2 people. But solid round all the way for Tainted Minds.
Tainted Minds now up in the game too. Optic Gaming thinking over this next round. Just taking a look through some of the class setups on the Tainted Minds side. Damage peeking across the top window, and it's going to be a quick A hit coming out from Optic Gaming. Methods should see them on the cross. Oh, God, he is finally able to connect. Gets both. Nice job, nice position for him to deal with that early push through mid, and what would have been a very early flank if he doesn't find both those kills.
Now it's going to be Swift Azores in a 1v4, so this one's going to be over. He wins the first gunfight, should get cleaned up. What I will say...
Method's got 3 there, I think, right?
Yeah, he does get 3. One thing I'll say about Tainted Minds, and I've only watched them play like 3 maps of S&D, so take it with a grain of salt, but the way they play Search, they don't play correctly, but they don't necessarily play wrong. They'll do some aggressive stuff and not sit there and take the time to watch every single corner, watch every single position. They'll make a play call and they'll just commit. If they want to send 2 through mid to go on the flank, sometimes they just go for the blind counter, and sometimes it pays off. Like on Valkyrie, they did it against Mindfreak, where sometimes they just blind countered and it goes to perfection, but obviously if Methods is in the one spot that they're not prepared for, he picks up 2.
I said it on Hot Mic when we were talking S&D with some of the guys. I made a comment like, sometimes it's not as much the strategy as just having one vocal leader who makes a call and everybody does it. And Felony actually tweeted me, he's like, I agree with you. He's like, sometimes just being on the same page, somebody makes a call and you go. Maybe it's not the smartest thing all the time. It can still certainly work.
It's also some freaky stuff Nimble's doing that I guess we can talk about later, but they got control of the B site. They have 3 people alive. If history repeats itself, they should just win, but actually the player comes up top. Swift Azor is going to fall because Method's win the gunfight, and all of a sudden it's going to be damage in a body bag because he gets cleaned up as well.
And Method's going off these past 2 rounds. He had 3 in both of these rounds.
And he's got streaks.
Exactly, the streak going to come through as well. Method's having a great performance here.
And of course, I think got to give credit to Scump on that. He's the player up top. For whatever reason, Tainted Minds, they like lay down on the other side of sandbags where they can get killed from up top before they had control of it. So, I mean, literally, maybe it was a bullet that Scump got off. Like, he was very close to just getting killed. But he does get traded, and then Methods wins a tough gunfight. But, yeah, a solid retake for Optic. I said it's difficult to do, but they find success, and they get streaks off the back. Now, if they get the bomb down, it's a free win for any number of reasons.
Let's see if Methods can find more kills here on this 6th streak. Here comes the glide bomb. He's going to go ahead and call that end. You can see on the minimap 3 players stacked in around red. Not going to find anything with that. We'll be able to give his team some information, though, at least. But now they know nothing's near that A site at all.
So they've done 2 things so far where, like, it makes sense, but not in the right situation. If you're calling in a glide bomb, the best part about having a glide bomb is you clear out the bomb site to go plant. But none of them went into the bomb site, and then the guy with the bombs got calling in streaks. So they basically said, let's not get any map control. Let's use a glide bomb, still not get any map control, get 0 information, and then let's all die.
Yeah, I mean, we had, what, all 4 were mountain?
Yeah, so, I mean, again, I guess you could say a good counter shot by Team Minds, but at the same time, if you're calling the glide bomb, you got to at least
do something
control.
behind it.
Yeah, you do something. And again, they make no commitment, get no control, and they don't get the round, and there's 1 streak burn. Methods doesn't get the rest.
Is this the cool thing to do again? I remember, like, when I was in high school 40 years ago, it was cool to, like, have frosted tips and make your hair blonde. Is that in again with the kids?
Is Australia 40 years behind?
Honestly,
like the wave?
Might be.
I have no idea.
It could be. I actually think they are a bit behind cultural shifts and clothing and stuff like that. I just made that up, too.
Are all 4 of the players? Isn't there 1 Kiwi on the team? I think there's 1 Kiwi on their team. I don't know if he's like the Frosted Tips player, but I think there's 1 Kiwi.
I wish I had tips to Frost. I'll tell you what. If Tana Mines wins this series, you have to get your tips Frosted chance.
No, I don't.
Oh, I tried.
It's not how that works.
I tried. 3-on-2 now for Optic Gaming. Leave it to Nimble now, and Tana Mines have to try and clutch here. 50 seconds on the clock to work with. Methods in the top window as he continues a reign of terror on St. Marie, and it's a 4-3 advantage for Optic Gaming.
I'm really not even sure what happened. I saw Crim6 was just kind of like walking down mid-street. He just gets killed.
I went on a Frosted tip.
Yeah, so like
really,
that
really
happened, and I was like, well, Tana Mines has the advantage, and then I started thinking about Frosted
I can't stop. Look at Methods. I can't stop picturing out with his tips Frosted.
Well, we're in America, so we're ahead of the game, right? Frosted tip. Well, Gunless just went.
Yeah, Gunless did too.
That's not Frosted Tips. That's Frosted Hair.
Oh, that's true.
That's Frosted Hair.
Okay.
That might be his. Well, that's not his natural hair color. Never mind.
Yeah.
Dude, one of them's a Kiwi. I'm telling you.
You guys with hair get to do cool stuff. Nimble, aggressive bottom red, almost pays for it. Some shots come in, but he's able to survive. Methods, quick flank around. Into red. Will Nimble be ready for it? Ready and waiting. Methods going to get dropped. First blood. 2 Tainted Mines. Scump gets some nice shots in Nimble. He's going to have to back out of there.
You see, Octane was actually trying to pick him from top line in that situation, but Nimble's able to stay alive. Now Crim6 and Scump, they're going for the bait and switch. You can wall bang this spot as well. You see Crim6 is going to be going for it. Scump's going to push in, and just like that, the bait and switch pays off. Good teamwork, and Swifty is going to get caught throwing a nade. I know Octane does not have a sniper. Sometimes it just seems that way, but Swiftazor is in a 1v3, and he's assuredly just going to lose because what can you really do? That was a 2v3. Sorry, what the hell? Okay, now it's 1v3.
There we go. Swiftazor now in the 1v3. Tried to take this gunfight earlier. Not an easy one. Scump punishes his Optic Gaming, now cruising up 5-3.
Can't believe that was a 2v3. I can't count. Maybe I thought Nimble died when he was on the stairs by like Scump or something.
I think my stupid-ass tangent just fried your brain.
Frosted Tips.
You've been a little bit out of it since I brought that up. It's all right, Chance. It's okay.
I mean, you grew up with like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, right?
I did.
Those were like your best friends or something?
Yep.
Same age?
So I had Frosted Tips at one point. If I remember, I will find a photo of it. Yeah, just for like a couple months.
Dude, you could Frosted Tips your beard.
Okay. That I don't hate that, Chance. I don't hate that.
Everyone else would. The cops certainly would. Get arrested for walking down the street. Good Lord.
Oh, this S&D has gotten out of our hands. One more round needed for Optic Gaming. And then we can go to a commercial break and I can reset my brain. Crim6, nice shots there. Nade kill as well. 4-on-2. Swifty and Swiftazor eliminated. Optic Gaming take over late in that game 2 and win it 6-3.
Well, that's a game. That is certainly a game. Good stuff to Optic Gaming. We were concerned about maybe their S&D. Actually, we weren't concerned. You thought it was going to be good.
Yeah. Curious. Yeah.
Better, but yeah, they beat the Frosted Tips squad, so solid 2-0 start. We expected nothing less. The question is, can they close it down in CTF? And honestly, that is a question, because the one map CTF for Tainted Minds that won was on Forest, and that's Optic's only loss so far.
Well, good thing for Optic, you're up 2-0, so you kind of have a game to play with right now. Work on a CTF, which hasn't been part of your core, maybe map set throughout the course of this. But guys, we'll be right back after this quick break.
First, they're sour. Then they're sweet.
Thanks, guys.
New Sour Patch Kids Fire and Freeze. Sour, sweet, gone.
Now at Kittle's Mattress Max. Purchase a new mattress by Beauty Rest or Serta and upgrade to a power adjustable base for just $3.99. Get all the best features, including wireless remote, plus pay 0% interest. Only at Kittle's Mattress Max.
Oh, are you
ready to go to lunch? Yeah, dude, let's do it.
Right, but you're riding in the back seat?
Yeah, I mean, why not? It's pretty spacious back here.
Sure, but there's plenty of space up front.
Nah, I'm good, bro.
Sure.
Oh, if you don't get us there quickly, by the way, you're not getting 5 stars.
Sir, yes, sir. Right away, sir. Breathmint?
Don't talk to me.
Designed and focused around you, the Toyota CHR. Toyota, let's go places.
Attackers incoming.
Let's break it down! Time to reap.
Anyone want to join me?
Overwatch Legendary Edition. Get $20 off for a limited time.
Welcome back. Optic Gaming up 2-0 over Tainted Minds. Really, it was a close hard point, a close search and destroy until Optic started to kind of take over in the second half of that of that search, string together some rounds, but now it's going to come down to a CTF in which you said Optic might not be the most comfortable, Chance.
Well, might not be the most comfortable. Nameless was making the point on the desk that, like, for CTF, for whatever reason, because I think conceptually it doesn't make much sense, but Optic hasn't been great at force CTF all year. Of course, they have 2 new players, but again, this was their 1-map loss to Unilad, and you can already see Swifty as the flag. There's clean 4 down, 1 player's on the chase, that's Crim6, but even if he gets this kill, which he doesn't, someone would have been there to pick up the flag, so talk about the struggles, potentially there. Tainted up 1-0.
It took 30 seconds to show those struggles, so good call, Chance, and we'll see if Optic can bounce back, but the pressure early here from Tainted Minds. Nimble still in a position, but Scump's got the edge.
And I think it's like an awareness thing, because literally that entire flag out from Swifty was, I'm going to run all the way up like that bottom lane, get 1 gunfight after I pull the flag that the player doesn't even turn around, which granted methods is taking gunfight and you just score. If you watch like LG, they always have a player, normally it's JCap, that in that situation after you get the kills mid-map, you turn to watch that flank if you don't have the lane covered. But yeah, a terrible opening break or the best one from Tainted Minds, whichever way you want to look at it. And they're trying to continue it. Once again, clean 4 down. Tainted Minds, all map control. You got Nimble. He's going through the same lane, but you have every lane covered right now for Tainted Minds. They just need to get 1 wave of kills and they'll be good to go.
Optic down 0-1 early, fighting off the back foot here from Spawn. Let's kick it to an Astro Gaming listen-in with Optic.
Window. You gotta kill this guy.
Oh, he killed me. One shot.
One shot. Outer. Right side. One more.
Yeah, right there. They come back. Give me a second.
Fire. Yeah, he went on fire.
You're alone.
No, I'm hitting no E. Everyone play D.
I got window. Play my life, guys.
I'm gonna help you side bunker.
It's fire.
I'll challenge.
The flag rep, I got him at their base.
Nice. One top lane's fire. Camel wall back to ice.
Farley, one shot.
Pick that up.
I got it.
Ice the fourth. Or camel wall.
I need a fourth.
Dead.
Good fucking play, Seth.
Yeah, I'm blocking cabin.
Should be
Not
spawn
cabin.
behind.
I'm gonna spawn kill.
I have your fourth. I'm top second.
Seth,
good fucking play, bro.
Yeah, let's go, bro.
Bridge one shot.
Broken dead.
Bridge dead.
Yo,
Ian, hit this.
On flag. Back weak. From there's 2 here.
I got one of them.
We're here.
Tied up at 1-1, and another pull coming in here quickly from Octane, Chance.
Yeah, very fast. Scump basically just wins 1 gunfight 10 minutes ago, pulls the flag, and that was the opening play. And once again, that bottom lane has been the key. Every flag that's come in, it's not that it's been open every single time, but at least that's where the gunfights are won. Crim6 is going to earn some streaks as well. So valid team kill, just 15 off the fighter pilot. And if you've ever played on Forest, if the other team has a fighter pilot, your life sucks because it's free kills.
Nice job there from Crim. Full streaks picked up. Great job bouncing back here from Optic Gaming. And we'll see as Crim starts to move on forward. I like this. Patient play from him. Takes a second gunfight. There's one more just spawned in the back. He might get tagged up. He will get dropped on the other end. Scump's able to win a gunfight, though, in Ruins. They have to deal with 1 applying pressure here on the other end from Nimble. Method's hunting for him. Hasn't been able to spot him yet, but now he's going to know where he is. Peeks through the window, able to take the gunfight before dropping.
And you can already tell, like Swifty, that man's rocking Mountain. I think Swiftazor's also had it, and it's a situation where Crim has full streaks. They have to use Mountain. Again, the fighter pilot is way too powerful. The Glide Bomb, even in CTF, can do enough damage that you have to make sure you have Mountain on. But that means until Crim6 calls in those streaks, nades are going to ruin their lives. Stuns are going to ruin their lives, or at least one of them, because you can still have Hunker Instincts, but you're going to have problems for you until those streaks get called in. And again, it's a small advantage, but a noticeable one. But Tainted Minds still pouring on a little bit of pressure, but they're going to need to burn these streaks in this round.
Octane doing what he can on defense. 2 players now spawning Bell for Optic Gaming. 1 wrapping back, 1 overextending. It'll be Scump on the overextension to try and make a play. He's going to get a touch on the other end. But for Tainted Minds, it's Swifty that has it out. Scump, the player that wrapped back, Method's the player that wrapped back, trying to find any kind of positioning, but it's going to be a streak now called in from Crim6. Gets him right as he gets into cabin, so that's going to be down. Should be able to get picked up on the other end by, I believe, Nimble. That's coming off a spawn, but Nimble's going to be the last man up. They'll now be on the hunt. Look at the position Octane got to.
Yeah, Crim6 here should just call in another streak. That means Octane should be able to get the perfect positioning. You hear the fighter pilot come in. All those players are going to be trapped in cabin, so he can't call out exactly where they are. But obviously, generally speaking, they're going to be in cabin. Swiftazor's, he wins the huge gunfight against Octane. So you keep the stalemate, and you've burned 2 streaks.
Now, can they get 1 more on the board? Crim starting to edge forward, takes the gunfight. Nice shots from him. Nimble still inside a cabin. He's going to wait on some help to come in here from Octane on the other side of Cave. Crim still inching forward, just pre-aiming that back ramp. Octane now in a position to help. Nice shots there from Octane. They should be able to isolate Swifty too. I think he's in a gunfight with Methods on the other end right now as well. Swifty somehow peeks out and gives him a kill. I thought Methods would have called that out, but he's able to shoot Crim in the back, and now it's Octane with the pressure. 2-on-2 here at the flag, looking for the return. Nimble's already been tagged up. A grenade comes in from Swifty, is able to take him out. Methods can't get away with his life, and that'll basically reset the extra time right now.
And this is huge for Tainted Minds. Again, they've burned 2 streaks. They don't even go down an extra flag. Swifty, though, is going to get taken down. So almost certainly this is going to be just at the end of the half, a 2-1 lead for Optic Gaming. I will say, again, it's a small thing. I think all the players for Tainted Minds should have already switched away from Mountain, back to Armored or whatever else they were running off the rip, just because the only streak Crim6 has, you don't get the red. It's just an artillery. It's just placed on the map. It's just an AoE thing. But maybe an opportunity for attack at the end. But no, Optic Gaming. Surprisingly so, based on the way that the opening rip happened, but they're up 2-1.
Up 2-1. And like you said, Tainted Minds score in the opening 30 seconds of that first half. But they fight from behind quickly and take control of this game 3, and now in position to end it in a 3-0 fashion. I think the expectation for everyone coming into this series was an Optic Gaming 3-0. We're 5 minutes away from just that.
Down but not out, though. It's only an artillery at the disposal for Crim6 and Tainted Minds, at least off the rip. They have shown some success, right? And they're sniping, which Clayster's done this, and I will say, Clayster, every single time I've seen him do it, he does get a kill, but he only ever gets one, and then after that, like you just have a pistol in the back pocket. So I think there's something to it, but I don't think it's worthwhile, and especially not if you're Australian.
Let's see what they can do in the back. Nimble just trying to hold the edge, but Octane is inside. 2 players from Optic then find a couple of kills. Nimble's going to be the only one here to do anything, and Methods with 2 able to pick it up. Everyone dead and coming off spawn for Tainted Minds. 2 have popped, but shouldn't be able to get there in time for the angle. The flag is out. Methods is home free, and Methods is very close to streaks in the opening 60 seconds of the second half.
And at the tippy top of the list of things you should not be doing when you're Oing is inspecting your pistol. Have your gun out. Be prepared for a gunfight. Like, even if you think that Optic is going to leave the lane open, there's no reason to just run around and inspect your weapon like in the opponent's base. Like, yes, Optic almost certainly was going to come out on top of that anyway, and it's a 50-50 in the gunfight. But, again, no reason for it. But now you see the artillery got called in. Methods is going to earn some streaks. At the very least, the Glide Bomb, they'll have the 4-1 lead. And, yeah, what is it now? 3 minutes and 36 seconds left in this game.
And Optic taking over this one. Octane tries to push out through cabin cut, but runs into the force of Tainted Minds that's now getting in position to make a play. You've got a couple down from Optic. They invest the Glide Bomb here to try and hold on defense. Smart play there from Methods, but there's still 3 players hot from Tainted Minds. They found a couple of kills. Good chance here. Octane and Methods deep with ARs, and they continue to find kills. That is why this side of the map defensively is so scary. Octane with all 3 by himself just shuts down the remaining push from Tainted Minds.
And that's just a dagger. A dagger for Tainted Minds. The opportunity that they had, granted the Glide Bomb helped them out, but Octane did the rest of the work. And now, I don't know. I guess you just bump up the stats as much as possible. Unless you still want to get faith. Do you have faith, Maven and Tainted Minds, to get at least 3 flags in the next 3 minutes?
No, not at all.
Just making sure.
Series was a 3-0 before it began.
Can't talk about frosted tips, though. Got to focus on the gameplay. 100%.
Focus. Optic trying to find whatever opening they can to add on to this score. Scump inside. Nice one-on-one fight win. Just look at the mini-map. The green wall surging forward. Scump next in. Nimble gets caught. There's the touch. This should be the 5th cap, but there is an overextension on the other side. You've got Swift Azor and Swifty trying to make the play. Octane just popped there, and we'll try to get in position. That's a nice kill from Crim mid-map that's going to at least provide some kind of opening here for a pinch to come in. So you've got Octane on one side, Crim going to be on the other. Octane's going to get cut down. Crim just barely able to take his one-on-one, so the pressure will continue to be on. But look at this. Nimble just runs straight up mid-map. I don't think Scump's ready for this at all. Okay! Scump able to turn. Nimble now on spawn.
Octane was there anyway, even if Scump loses that gunfight. I don't think that flag would get returned either way. The route with the flag was good early on. Methods gets the return. Optic Gaming with the 4-1 lead should make it 5-1. There's the dive. There's some more streaks. And I will say, like, you've seen it a couple times where Optic, like, leaves open a lane completely and entirely for, like, the overextension for Tainted Minds, but it really doesn't matter. Because as long as you make sure that you pull the flag, even if you're in a stalemate, Optic just has a huge advantage. Like, even a stalemate, they should just come out on top, even if they have streaks. Like, the game's over. Maybe there's only so many ways you can say it.
Just over a minute left. Krem now at the base here of Tainted Minds. One down. Continuing to hunt forward. He's got assistance from the air. It's a fighter pilot from Methods. Return in. Score in. 6-1 with more streaks coming in. They look pretty solid on Ardent Forest CTF today.
Yeah, not doing too bad. And that would be like the expectation. When you have so many good ARs on your team,
you would think, right?
You would think Forest is a map you should just thrive on. And I guess Octane statistically didn't have the greatest. Obviously, he does not need to when you're winning by 5 flags. But yeah, Methods, AR player, obviously fantastic job. Crim6 had himself a hell of a game as well. And Scump is +6. What more could you ask for, Green Wall fans? At least against Tainted Minds.
7 caps on Ardent Forest. You don't see very often. Glide Bomb now comes in. Nimble's going to get picked off a spawn. 2 players in position once again from Optic Gaming to play behind this streak. You still have a Glide Bomb available on one of them inside a bunker. Octane just tries to grab that and hit the cross. Scump will punish at the end, but it was a 2-on-4 kind of in that position, and it's been over for quite some time.
Yeah, so any major takeaways from the entire series, though? Like, I think maybe you could say it's a point of concern from the hard point, but at the same time, the hard point was just weird. The entire game, they just never won a rotation.
I just don't know if they were worried about it. I think they knew they were a superior team, and they knew that if they needed to take control at any time, they'd be able to, and Optic come out with what you expected they would. A 3-0 over Tainted Minds. Optic, I mean, we'll see their first real test. What is that, end of day tomorrow, right? Versus LG.
I mean, Unilat, I think, in a certain capacity, at least for like a new roster getting formed.
I only saw some highlights from it yesterday, but I heard that was very close to going to a 5th game.
Yeah, it definitely was. The first 2 maps were pretty dominant, but Optic Gaming tested a little bit, but obviously a very long way to go because there are a lot of killers in this division.
Nice performance there from Optic Gaming. Tainted Minds play them close in map 1 and then get blown out 6-3 and 7-1 in the CTF. The result, 3-0. And guys, we've got one more match for you tonight. It's LG Rise coming up next.
Oh, are you
ready to go to lunch? Yeah, dude, let's do it.
Right, but you're riding in the back seat?
Yeah, I mean, why not? It's pretty spacious back here.
Sure, but there's plenty of space up front.
Nah, I'm good, bro.
Sure.
Oh, if you don't get us there quickly, by the way, you're not getting 5 stars.
Sir, yes, sir. Right away, sir. Breathmint?
Don't talk to me.
Designed and focused around you, the Toyota CHR. Toyota, let's go places.
First, they're sour. Then they're sweet.
Oh, thanks, guys.
New Sour Patch Kids Fire and Freeze. Sour, sweet, gone.
Attackers incoming.
Everyone ready? Let's do this.
Discovered the team-based shooter that just keeps getting better. Drop in and perfect your skills with over 25 unique heroes.
Did someone call a doctor?
Each with devastating abilities.
Don't get back up.
Switch heroes on the fly to gain the advantage and lead your team to victory.
Anyone want to join me? EMP activated.
Overwatch Legendary Edition. Get $20 off for a limited time.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Day 2, Week 1 of Division B here at the Call of Duty World League, presented by the PlayStation 4. You just saw, of course, Tainted Minds versus Optic Gaming. Optic with the 3-0 sweep, as predicted by the analysts, and probably a lot of other people watching at home as well. Of course, we still have one final game of the evening. But before I do, want to just quickly touch on that Tainted Minds matchup, because, to be fair, there was moments of brilliance there from Tainted Minds. We'll specifically talk about the first half point. Revan, they kept that really close to the point where we were thinking, all right, maybe they actually take map 1.
Yeah, absolutely. It comes down to Swifty when he gets fully streaked out, and going into that final hard point over at the parking lot, he uses the artillery barrage to deny time from Optic Gaming, and then shortly after, he actually re-earns a glide bomb. And we were all in the back watching. I was thinking, he has to use that glide bomb right away because he still has progression towards future streaks, and he could use that glide bomb not only to influence spawns, but also to earn points to get maybe another artillery or even work his way towards that fire pipe. But as we were saying, closest game in the series, and yeah, there were some good moments from Tainted Minds. There's a lot for them to take away from this series.
Definitely. I know, Nameless, you were talking about watching VOD. I think that's definitely going to be key for Tainted Minds when you look at how this series went. Of course, a 6-3 search and a 7-1 CTF Ardennes Forest, which was a weird one, Nameless, because the first 30 seconds, Tainted Minds had the lead, and we're thinking, okay, maybe the Ardennes pick was good, but ultimately, yeah, it wasn't the case.
They got that first cap in about 30 seconds. I'm like, okay, Tainted Minds might be able to do something here. But then Crim started doing Crim 6 things, Scump started doing Scump things, and the whole team was just a team effort. They got full map control, and they got about 7 flags on that map, so maybe they got a little angry at me saying that map. But that was just them just simply outslaying their opponent and just rallying flags. It was just easy work for Optic.
Very impressive stuff, and of course, ultimately the 3-0 win, so congratulations to the Green Wall. As we said, though, there is still one more game to be played this evening. And this is a good one. LG versus Rise Nation. And there's some split opinions on how this one is going to go, and specifically how close this game is going to be as well. For me, Rise Nation, I think they're going to be top of this division comfortably. I think they're the best team in Call of Duty right now as well. LG still looking to try and find that comfort zone. I know, Nameless, you think this series could maybe be a little bit closer than that, though.
I know. There's a lot of people here and a lot of people at home that I think are thinking that Rise is going to cruise through this series pretty easily. I don't think that's the case. I think LG is a very talented team, and last time I saw them play this team, granted they still had Octane on the roster. It was a Game 5, and it could have went either way. I think Luminosity is an incredible team, and they match up with the Rise very well. So I'm expecting LG to push this to a Game 5.
Yeah, this is certainly going to be a true test for this Luminosity lineup. I do think Rise Nation are going to win in the end, mainly due to the fact that Luminosity haven't practiced as much in Search and Destroy. So I think when we get to those game modes, 2 and then maybe 5 if we see it, I think Rise Nation have a heavy advantage there. I'm excited to see if Formal could step up in the respawns against this Rise Nation team, especially since he's going up against Slasher. He's been playing all right. I'm talking about Formal. He's been playing all right, but not really to the standard that we hold him to. So I'm looking for him coming into this series.
It's been strange watching Formal play, because it's not that he's doing anything particularly wrong. It's just you're so used to him putting up these big numbers. Like Maven was trying to explain it. He was like, you're so used to watching him put up these massive numbers, and you're not seeing it. But what's weird is he isn't doing it, but they're still winning, and they're winning comfortably.
Yeah, he's playing good, but it's like it's not good enough if you're Formal. You expect him to be dropping bombs. So I think we all want to see Formal just get back to that Formalist state and just take over games. So I think right now he's looking to do that. So hopefully Formal has a big series. It'd be nice to watch him kind of get back to that top ability that he can play at. But Slasher's been lights out, so he has a lot on his plate here in this match.
Then on the flip side, though, the other conversation, obviously, that's the AR conversation, the sub conversation. Do you think maybe LG have control in that? I mean, John has been phenomenal.
Nasty. Yeah, John's nasty. He's been playing at the top of his game lately, and I guess you look at somebody like maybe Looney has to try to step up, maybe look at his slang to be picked up, but he also plays a lot of the bait role for that Rise Nation team. And then TJ as well. Normally we see TJ come alive when it comes down to the Search and Destroy gameplay. Maybe you also look at the flex players. I mean, Gunless is good no matter what weapon you put in his hands.
The best flex in the game. Gunless is an absolute animal.
He's so good. But we'll take a look now at the map set we're going to see, and this is where I'm going to put you guys to the test. Can you call this match correctly? We're going to start with a Valkyr point Ardennes Search, followed by a Flak CTF. If it does go further, St. Marie du Mont Hardpoint, and a Game 5 Valkyrie Search and Destroy. Nameless, start with you. You said you could potentially see a Game 5. You expect it to be close. Now you know the maps. Is it still going to be close?
The reason I think it's going to be Game 5 is because I don't think LG are going to win that Search and Destroy. They did not look good on Ardennes Force Search when I watched them play it. I think it was yesterday.
Okay.
So I think that Rise is obviously a good enough team. They're going to take one of the respawns. And I think that LG can potentially win 2 of the other ones and push the Game 5. Whether they win it, I don't know. But that's what they're going to have to do.
Fair enough. Revan?
I think this Valkyrie is going to be a tough map one for this Luminosity lineup, specifically for Formal, since he wants to run that dedicated AR role. He's got to play a bit of a faster pace if he wants to do that on a map like Valkyrie. I'm still taking Rise Nation. I'm gonna give Luminosity one map. I'm gonna say Rise Nation 3-1.
3-2 LG.
You're going LG. Was that your official prediction?
3-2 LG.
Said it. You can't take it back now.
You're right. You said it. Well, one thing's for sure. The final game of the day is going to be absolutely fantastic. Stay tuned. LG.
Oh, are you
Ready to go to lunch? Yeah, dude, let's do it.
right? But you're riding in the back seat.
Yeah, I mean, why not? It's pretty spacious back here.
Sure, but there's plenty of space up front.
Nah, I'm good, bro.
Sure.
Oh, if you don't get us there quickly, by the way, you're not getting 5 stars.
Sir, yes, sir. Right away, sir. Breathmint?
Don't talk to me.
Designed and focused around you, the Toyota CHR. Toyota, let's go places.
First, they're sour. Then they're sweet.
Thanks, guys.
New Sour Patch Kids Fire and Freeze. Sour, sweet, gone.
Locked and loaded.
Unleash your inner hero. Play the team-based shooter the Game Awards named the best ongoing game.
I saw that one coming.
Choose from over 25 unique heroes, each with devastating abilities.
Thanks, love.
Clash on over 20 maps from across the globe. Target-rich environment. Switch heroes on the fly to gain the advantage and lead your team to victory. Overwatch Legendary Edition. Get $20 off for a limited time.
Locked and loaded.
Team up online in the best ongoing game.
Thanks, love.
Choose from over 25 unique heroes. Target-rich environment. And battle across 20-plus maps. Overwatch Legendary Edition. Get $20 off for a limited time.
caliber. However, we're not into the game yet. Joe, he's getting way too excited for me.
Yeah, I'm excited.
But you're actually saying this is going to go to a game 5. I don't think it will.
I don't think I said that at all.
Who said a game 5?
Ant did. That was not me.
Okay, it's getting late. How do you think this game's going to go?
I think this is the first true test for Luminosity.
Agreed.
I don't think they'll win it. I think Rise will take it, but I think we'll see the level that LG's at. If they play this competitively, things are looking good for LG. If it's not too competitive, then we know that sort of the rumors that were online are sort of true, that they're struggling against some of the best teams in the world. But yeah, I think the guys on the desk sort of hit the nail on the head. John has been great. He's been outperforming basically everybody on the roster. You're waiting for Formal. Where is star power Formal? You know, you want him to step up. If he's going to do it, it's got to be against Rise. And then you look at the Rise Nation team, best team in the world right now after winning Seattle. Obviously, you have Slasher, Gunless, 2 of the best ARs in the world. So yeah, it's going to be a grudge match.
Okay, well, I believe before we started, we did catch up with Gunless. Obviously, Jess down on the main stage.
Thanks, Phil. That's right. I did catch up with Gunless. He says that this should be a really good game versus Luminosity. He thinks that Rise will be able to take it either 3-1 or 3-2. He said his only worry is those hardpoint matches. He says they're feeling pretty confident about CTF and SND, even though Luminosity did beat Rise in a CTF at Seattle. Even so, he said he's not too worried about that, mainly
you know, straight away you put John.
First, they're sour. Then they're sweet.
Thanks, guys.
New Sour Patch Kids Fire and Freeze. Sour, sweet, gone.
Go toe-to-toe with Slack, but you're right. Valkyrie is going to be a game mode where you're going to look at your subs and maybe look at LG and think, you know, with Cap and Formal, maybe they would have preferred more of an assault rifle based map, but we'll see what they have to provide.
Yeah, and I think if you look at sort of successful formulas, like roster-wise across the past couple of years, there has to be sort of 3 like main guys, 3 guys who are slaying well. You look at Rise, I think it's pretty easy. You have TJ, you have Slasher, you have Gunless. They will consistently put up numbers. When Looney does it, it's great, but you know he's the leader. He's going to make the right plays. He's going to put himself in the tough spots for the teams. The side of Luminosity, obviously Formal and John. But who else is it going to be? When is Cap or your Slack going to step up? We've seen it now and then, but they have to do it consistently.
And I think that's it for LG, is we saw Cap do it maybe 1 map per series. We saw Slack do it
1 map per series.
Yep. Formal I've not seen go and have those 40 bombs yet. You know, yes, we've only seen 1 day and he's fitting into a new team, but when he does feel his groove, I'm really excited to see that fired up Formal. Maybe we see that for that last game of the week versus Optic. You never know.
Still looks a little odd in light blue.
It does.
I like it though. It's a nice color on him. Really brings out his eyes.
Yeah, I guess it does. I guess it does. Gunless obviously changing the looks up too. And apart from that, though, Rise Nation, you've got to head over to their side for being the favorites going into this. But maybe that takes the pressure off Luminosity a little bit. Maybe they can play their own game. Maybe these guys have scrimmed, because LG's opponents up to now, they have played, I believe, I can't remember who it was played. I think one of the Australian teams, but
Tainted Minds,
who they've probably never played before. So a little bit of obscurity in the game.
Yesterday they played Unilad.
And Unilad, who they don't.
No, they played Rise Optic. Who did you play yesterday? Anyways.
United.
Yep. Yeah, they were reverse sweep.
So. Oh, yeah, reverse sweep came in for LG. So
last game of the day.
They came out. Last game of the day, 7 p.m. local here, Columbus, Ohio, at MLG Arena. Myself and Joe DeLuca, a.k.a. Merc. We're going to bring you all the action for you. And this should be, and more than likely will be, the best game of the day. We've saved it till the end for all you amazing people staying with us.
Oh, we're coming back.
We're coming back to us, so we're gonna
need to look at us more.
Those lights are gonna come back on.
We're way better than Luminosity and Rise.
We're in blue, so I mean, I don't know if this is kind of like showing favoritism right now.
It's not. I'm a dark blue. Maybe yours. You're good.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe they need all the help they can get because Rise, they are the favorites. LG, they're coming into this as the underdogs, which you don't say a lot. You know, LG for a long time have been kind of that powerhouse, and I definitely think with Formal they can be that, even though they've lost Octane.
No, I think that's why sort of the roster change went along so easily. You hear about, you know, during roster mania, oh, this player couldn't go to here because of contracts, or, you know, that player, they didn't want to trade him for him. But I think both parties, Optic and Luminosity, were like, all right, you know, Octane, if you really want to go to Optic, we get it. You know, Formal, you don't want to play with us anymore. We haven't been too successful this year. You want to go to LG. All right, we get it. And then both were kind of like, all right, let's do a one-for-one trade. These are two of the best ARs. I think if you look at the past couple of years, probably the top 2 ARs in the world. Like,
100%. So, and maybe the others that are around them. He's on the other side of the stage. Slasher.
Yeah, and I remember talking to Jake and he was like, yeah, I'll take Formal. That's fine by me. Like, I have no problem with that. So that's why the trade happened so quick. It was probably one of the first moves because both parties were happy. They know what both Octane and Formal can bring to a stage.
And it really did set off kind of a bit of a
chain reaction.
Domino effect. Chain reaction, yeah, where, you know, Methods got brought into it. Then it was all in TK and Envy and everyone pretty much. There's very few rosters that have stayed the same for kind of the entire season. You know, you look at the likes of Mindfreak. You know, I think even across the board, there's only a couple. FaZe, and I think that was obviously due to, you know, certain reasons.
Yeah, the reason being they win stage 1.
But apart from that, FaZe aside, Mindfreak aside, we're going down to our final game, Game 5. This is where we start to turn up the hype a little bit, Joe. JCap, John, Formal, and Slacked going up against Slasher, Gunless, TJ, and Looney. Rise versus LG, Hardpoint, Valkyrie. Let's kick it off. Map 1. Let's go on board with JCap.
Yeah, he's rocking Airborne Instinct, so he is going to be susceptible to, you know, those nades. One nade will take him out, but he's going to have a first engagement with Looney. He gets taken out, but here we go. So much fast-paced action here off the break, and Rise able to get early control of Ventilation Room.
4 down. Slasher is using that bar, and my goodness, 1. Not going to find the second, but
the nade will.
Looney trading things out. And again, you see a 4 down, then a 3 down. This is good for Rise Nation. A nice break. Looney having the back of his teammate there, that being TJ, in and amongst the hard point with him. But right now, he's doing a great job himself.
Yeah, and I think, you know, Formal just made a heads-up play right there. He gets a kill towards the elbow, but then he turns back. Slasher, he does stay alive. And he's just trying to make sure that they have spawns for that operations bunker. But a good break by LG, because we've seen it in a lot of games where teams, you know, they have a 30, 40-second lead right here off ventilation. So they're going to get these last 10 seconds, but how are they going to break operations bunker? It looks like John, he's trying to go around the back. He's going to be that first player trying to fight for spawns. But Rise are aware due to Gunless' spawn location. So you have a bit of a pinch right now. You see JCap, you see John. Now this is their chance because Gunless, he spawns out.
I love this from Looney, too. He puts bullets in, he dips away, that call-out's gone down, and guess who's come to help him? It's Slasher. Slasher then picks a 1. Looney picks up another. Looney, I've got to say, constantly impressing me. Yes, we're only on day 2, but he's probably one of the ones to watch through the entire division, even going into playoffs. Really excited what he can produce, but this is a really solid hold Merc here from the boys of Rise Nation.
Yeah, you were talking about sort of the play on the back end and on the front end. It was TJ just stalling time. He knew Gunless spawned out, but that basically created a pinch. But just like that, LG, John, and JCap, they find a couple of kills. They get the spawns, but it's just with 20 seconds left. Rise, they're A-okay with this. That, you know, they might put a little pressure on, but they're going to back on up and start to rotate towards storage.
Yeah, so again, they'll lose the scrap time, which will inevitably see them fall behind a little bit. But John with the snapper onto Looney, though. And one player is going to spawn out.
Well,
yeah, and that's tough because these 3 players pushing forward, John, Formal, and Slack, they could, and maybe will, cause a little bit of nuisance here. You see the spawn coming in. These next kills are crucial.
Yeah, LG, they get the backside spawns, which they want, not only for this hill, but that office hill, which is next after that. So they're in a pretty safe spot, but a great play. Great heads-up play by Gunless. He pushes on through, able to flank them. And look at this. Him and Looney, they know what LG's going to try and do. They're going to try to go around the back again. They're going to cut him off. Looney was able to find one. Gunless finds another. A great hold. I mean, Luminosity hasn't even contested 1 second so far on this storage bunker.
However, every hard point Rise has had, and Luminosity is broken. Luminosity has come out with a 10-point lead, but they've lost rotation. This time looks different, Joe.
Yeah.
20 seconds left here. It looks like LG, once again, are going to get those last 15 seconds here and maybe push it to around 65, 70 points.
Oh, that's a huge play by TJ. He finds two. You're just talking about winning the rotation, but they might have just lost it right there. It's Formal and Slacked. I think Slacked was thinking Formal had the front door, but TJ found a great timing. Looney tries pushing out the back, not able to do so. He spawns far, and you have a pinch. You can look at Slacked. He's coming through the front door. John in the back. John, he's going off right now, winning some big gunfights. That he's at 12 and 8. He's able to find another.
Yeah, 2 gunfights, absolutely massive. The third one a little bit easier through the smoke there, but just taking people off prime positions here. And now they're in the hard point. I'm going to credit John to that. He's already 13 and 8 with over 20 interactions. No one breaking that 20 mark here. TJ the closest with 11 and 8. Wow. But that's a 4 down here, and Luminosity, they're going to spawn out.
Yeah, that was a clean 4 down. I mean, Raj did very similar to what LG did. They set up a pinch at the back door and the front door, and, well, that whole kill feed is just red. So Rise in a very good position. They're going to have about a 50-point lead. Besides John, where's the rest of the production? You can see Gunless, he's having a solid game. TJ is there. Looney's there. Even Slasher, only -1. The only player positive on LG is John. Someone needs to help out. That, you know, you heard Gunless say, we're so confident in our search and destroys and our CTS. If we just take a hard point, we're feeling good.
Yeah, it must be a real kind of confidence boost as well if you do take map number 1. Puts you in the right mindset. Luminosity are trailing, but they do have control here of Smokestack. JCap just laying down, trying to get maybe an angle. Looney laughs in the face of that one. He's going to find a double. And Looney's actually working on streaks. He's on a 5. Be interesting to see if he can capitalize on this and maybe pick up another.
Oh, he actually gets that last kill, so he does get a glide bomb. It's just a glide bomb. It won't be the most effective on this map, but maybe, you know, he calls it in to help them break. A pretty solid job by Luminosity. We don't see typically too much time earned here at Smokestacks, but, you know, they've cut that deficit.
Wow.
As soon as we say that 3 go down, yeah, Looney's having a great game at 16 and 9. And then there's John, who just follows that up with 3.
Yeah, John, incredible. Over double the kills of anyone on his squad. Incredible stuff. And honestly, he's keeping them in this game, and that's not the first time I've said it even today. John is lights out. He's playing amazing as we see this. Go back to the ventilation room. Rise, they have the lead, but I feel it would be a lot worse unless... sorry, if John wasn't performing the way he was.
Oh, definitely so, and it feels like LG is just getting sort of the back end of time. They're getting that scrap time. Every single time we go to a new hill, it's Rise Nation with early control. That just makes it so difficult for LG. It's hard to slay when you don't have that setup, so... You know, there we go. Finally, Cap able to find a couple. Here comes in the Swarm for Luminosity. He finds a 3rd as well. So good job by JCap. He finds 3. Formal finds another. A solid break from Luminosity.
140 to 115 here. Luminosity with 30 seconds left. They're starting to put a bit of a show on themselves. 1 kill for John Formal and Slack, but 4 in the hands of JCap. It's a glide bomb on the cards.
Yeah, 1 more for Streaks. Nice shots, but Slasher, he has that AR, has that bar, able to take him down with a headshot. Yeah, as you said, 1 away from that glide bomb.
Fortunate for him, but there is a glide bomb still in the hands of Rise. They're not going to use it just yet. Interesting position now from Slacked as he pokes on out is who's going to get that rotation to fire. It looks much more likely here for LG. Now we're going to see glide bomb, so number 6, he's going to have to hit the respawn, and as I said, it was more favorable for LG. Rise Nation, they've just come on through.
Oh, big kills by Slack, though. Huge kills because LG had the spawns just due to the rotations. They won the rotation. Yes, they lost the kills afterwards. You had the glide bomb in, but Slack, he spawns out and has basically a pinch that the game gave him. Now John, alive in the hill, can't find the second. That's Gunless. Rise just trying to flood in and contest as much as possible.
Formal does find 1, answer back by the bar of Slasher here. This is crazy. This is just going back and forth. The amount of kills that are simply on the map right now, madness. Slasher finds 3 as before he goes down. Looney getting in the mix now, but let's just take a big deep breath. There's still 20 seconds left on this bunker. We're seeing a 30-point lead for Rise Nation, but the rotation is being won by LG right now. And I say being won because these next couple of kills coming in for Gunless, that could change.
Yeah, a lot of pressure right now on JCap to try and stay alive. He knows there's a lot of pressure on him. A couple of Rise players in the back. He might have found a good timing to actually get shot, and his teammates got cut off by TJ. An excellent break right there, an excellent rotation from Rise. They were getting the scrap time. They had a 3v4 on the other side of the map. They're able to do it. That's why Rise Nation is considered the best team in the world right there.
Yeah, perfect stuff. LG didn't even get the initial on it. Now they're going to have to try and break in themselves, and they're doing a good job. Formal with 2 is going to help them break on it. John still 25-22. Most kills, most deaths. Incredible performance so far, but Maybe, just maybe, he needs a little more out of it. 187 and counting here as LG do break through. There's 30 seconds left. And again, I think we're still in a position where anyone can take this. A very close game here, Joe.
No, definitely so, and that was a wonderful job by Luminosity to sort of retake control of this hill. It would have got scary if Rise would have had this. It would have been about an 80-point lead. You know, maybe they had offense control, but Formal starting to heat up a little bit. He got 3 kills on that break. But Looney always making the heads-up play, rotating early, trying to buy time for his team, not able to find him. He was in on 1 versus 2, but Slasher, he's able to go through the front, finds JCap, knows there's still pressure in the back. Not sure who that is. That's Slack. Gunless is able to find him. So Rise Nation, once again, have early control.
Still contesting for this hard point. Still plenty of time in the office.
So back and forth, man.
It really, really is. And the difference maker could be a set of streaks, and Gunless is working on that. Don't forget, you've got Smokestack next, which is the one hill that is a bit open. So to have streaks on that would be perfect. And he's 1 away from the glide bomb, 2 away from the artillery. Peeks on out, and he's going to get shut down by Slack. Big grenade comes in. He's going to tag everyone. TJ does find 2. Not going to find the 3rd, but talking a streak, Slack's got the glide bomb in his back pocket.
Yep, can't find anything else, though. But there is JCap and John to clean up some more kills. John was trying to rotate. So LG, they're within striking distance, but as we said, they don't have rotation towards smokestacks. I mean, LG have done a wonderful job breaking hill setups by Rise, but Rise have definitely out-rotated them early on in those hills. So now that new hard point pops up, and we can see LG, they're very far away. They still have that one glide bomb to use. I imagine they try to use that. They're going to try and get inside this sort of, you know, bunker area, call that in. That player's going to probably leave the hill. That Slasher, looks like, well, he's just going to eat it. So yeah, he's going to get taken down, but Rise still have control.
Yeah, I'm surprised Slasher didn't try and opt to go inside there.
He's kind of like, whatever, I'll be the
cannon fodder.
Yeah.
I'll get out of the way. And this is where LG could pinch on in. This is where LG could take the lead here. But Rise Nation trade things out 2 for 2. LG now have control of the smokestack, but Slasher has other ideas. He's going to find one. He has a bit of an inkling where that 3rd player is as well. And he spotted him now. JCap with a little shoulder peek, and hard point still contested.
Yep, just a 20-point game, but Rise Nation only need 20 more points to win. Slasher doing an excellent job staying alive. This life has been so crucial for them. As well, TJ's going to find Formal. We are going to go to ventilation, but you already have Gunless and Looney set up. So you have another 3 versus 3 for ventilation control. TJ, he's able to pick up the elbow. Can't find the second and Slack, but LG, they have to get it in. Just 3 more seconds needed for Rise Nation. I think that's going to do it. Rise take map 1.
Yeah, and once again, a really, really star-studded performance. Rise Nation, I feel, had the rotations locked down. They got broke a lot,
yeah,
and that was the sheer slaying power of LG, but I feel Rise were always that 1 step ahead. Looney with another great game, I believe +7 overall. We have 30+ kills for sure in the hands of some of those Rise players, but overall,
that's excellent.
Dominant.
Yeah, definitely so. If you're a Rise fan, you're happy because you know the star talent that this roster has, and if Looney's being that catalyst right there, that's a huge play, and you can sort of see the frustration from Luminosity. You know, they felt like there's a couple of key plays that could have changed that game. I'm sure there is, but that's what's going to happen when you have a new roster, right? You heard Slat in the interview yesterday. Formal's just a different AR. It's taken a lot of adjustments, you know, to sort of get used to this new guy on our team, and it'll take some time. Like, it definitely is. That's why we're expecting Rise to come out on top, because, again, we've heard everything, that Luminosity's not in their top form.
And Rise, again, coming off current champions. They're great form. You know, they're a bit more experienced in a 4 than Rise Nation. Than Luminosity, of course, just to add informal. But Ardent Forest Search and Destroy coming up next. We've got Flak Tower CTF map 3, St. Marie de Mont hardpoint if we need it, as well as Valkyrie. Now, after map 1, obviously that hardpoint is where Rise, and in particular, I think it was Gunless who said, you know, that's where they need to pick up a win. Yeah. They do so. Is this one where they can kind of run away with it and really put a mark on this division? You know what? Yes, we're up against a North American team, which is amazing, but we're going to just clean sweep.
I think so. I think if LG doesn't take Ardent Forest, yes, LG is a great CTF team, but I feel like time and time again we see Rise Nation on Flak Tower.
Yeah.
And they've been known to run over their opponents. So, I mean, Rise obviously has the advantage coming in this Ardent Forest Search and Destroy. While they've worked out the kinks, if you're LG, respawns are always sort of easier to mesh in just because there's so many different strategies to S&E. It just comes down to those little timings where you have to work on it. And you heard him yesterday. We haven't practiced much online. You know, yesterday was like our first time playing it on LAN, and you got to be pretty happy if you're Rise to hear that.
Yeah. And again, talking to Riot, they came in today, top of the leaderboard. They had their first double day, I think it was, yesterday. So they got 2-0, 6-0. Now they sit 7-0. Can they make it the dream? Can they just win the next couple of maps? Can they finish it in 3? I know Nameless was adamant this could be going, well, we'll be going to a Game 4 minimum, Game 5.
He thinks Game 5 LG, so.
Wow. Bold prediction. Autumn Forest S&D, though, coming up very, very soon here between these two teams. Most certainly the game of the day. As we head to Autumn Forest, Search and Destroy. Interesting to see what LG do kind of pull out on this one, the strategy that they're going to go with, and where the players will position themselves. But Hardpoint, if it's anything to go by that game, we're in for a exciting one, to say the least.
No, definitely so. It's just like every single point of view that you go to, you know, someone's a playmaker. They can make a big play. They can get those 2 to 3 pieces. You know, you saw Slack do it. You'd see John do it. Then it was Looney's turn in that Hardpoint. So we'll see the playmaking ability. What will be the setup for Luminosity? That's always the key. Who are going to be the 2 players that go towards B? It's looking like it's going to be Formal. They're actually going to 3-stack it off the start. And this might be a good blind counter. But Looney, he does have that sniper rifle. You can see the 3-stack from LG. This should give them some very good position. Formal able to find that first blood. And look at the aggression from Luminosity. They're just running straight at this bell. And like I said, a great blind counter from them.
Yeah, and again, that sniper that Looney tried, very much like Arste's, it sometimes can be the game changer for good or for bad. This time, it doesn't seem to work out. Slasher now left in a 1v3. He's already found 1 kill. Can he pick up the ace with a minute to go? The bomb in no man's land. Not looking likely. Not going to happen.
Yeah, so a great round right there. That's opened up with that first blood from Formal on that sniper rifle. As soon as that happens, Slacked and John, they push through Bell. JCap was trying to pinch them in through middle. I think that's where you saw the 1 kill go down for Rise, where Slasher was able to find him. But as soon as that happened, they just collapsed on Bell. A good first defense from LG.
See what they have on offense. Of course, on Autumn Forest, you see a lot of kind of smoke stun strategies towards A. That was a bit of a bloodbath over towards B. We've already seen snipers, but this is different here. LG, they're going for a very fast-paced middle push here.
And another 3-stack towards that B site.
I'd love that bait and switch. TJ and Looney. TJ probably took damage from John, so he baits himself back out. Formal is going to take him out here. Looney means Formal is the last alive. Great shots from Formal onto Slasher.
Oh, and he almost predicted Looney's position as well. Now on 1 versus 2. But yeah, I mean, Rise had a very similar setup than as LG did in that round number 1 on their defense. They 3-stack B. And as you said, Looney. They are looking clean right now as TJ, he does find 1, but they know the pressure's there. JCap, he backs up to that bomb. It's just Slasher now left in a 1v2.
Oh. He's found 1. He's tagged another. I think he knows where both players are, but that doesn't really help the cause. With 60 seconds left. Oh, there's 2 players on that cabin wall. He's bad enough when it's a 1-on-1, but trying to tag them both
nice
up.
Shots by Cap as well.
Yeah, really was. And Cap was the one who initiated when the smoke was dropped today. Slacked, I love that push through the middle as well. LG looking hot here on Autumn Forest.
And I think the big thing for LG is as soon as they have information, they're active on the rest of the map, right? Like Slacked, as soon as JCap probably says, hey, they're towards this site, Slack just hits up the middle. He's able to flank 1, and then they double push through that cabin alley to get towards cabin. Makes it a 1 versus 2. They're just not making any mistakes right now. We're on the side of Rise. You give up that 1v4. See now what can LG do is Rise Nation. They're sending 3 right down the middle. They're able to find 2 once again. It's just been blind counters back and forth. And just like that, you have Formal left in a 1v4.
Fight fire with fire as Rise Nation charge on forward. Formal 1v3 complete. 1v4 for Luminosity. I think this may be a little bit too much to handle, but Gunless has spotted him. The bait and switch will go down, and Rise Nation may feel they should be up in this map. However, they're going to have to regain.
Yeah, it should at least be 2-2, right? Give up that clutch. I just thought it was interesting. As soon as we went to the player cameras, you saw how frustrated Gunless was.
Yeah. Like, head in his hands. Like, that's after a round, not a map, that's a round loss. And he's like, what have we just done?
Yeah, they want to play to perfection. Not out of this one yet.
Okay, kicking things off. Round number 5. I feel like this map's flying by, Joe, and generally down to the speed of the rounds.
Yeah, it looks like Rise is trying to slow it down, but once again, you have the pressure coming in from Slacked. He's trying to be so active on the map. That's what we were talking about, but he gets picked by TJ. That's that first blood that Rise needs, but Formal's there for the trade, and Formal able to find 2, but Slasher finds 2 as well. And just like that, yeah, 20 seconds in, it's a 1 versus 2 for JCap.
And they know JCap is at A.
Yep.
That's just a standard for Luminosity here. What he hits, though, is a different question. This is a hot flank here coming in from JCap.
Couldn't find a good timing right here. He's got to find Slasher. Slasher's the first kill. He is able to find that 1v1 now. I like this play. Just buy time. You have 35 seconds left.
And Gunless, he was the one at the end who lost the 1v1 to Formal. He's 0-3. This is huge for Gunless individually and for the squad. He's trying to play it confidently. He's taking damage. Now he's pushing forward. He spotted him. 20 seconds left, and Gunless, he's going to pick up the W. That's going to be a big sigh of relief for him. Like I said, individually, but as a squad, that puts themselves now 3-2. He loses that. They go 4-1 down. Ambitious from JCap, though.
Yeah, I mean, he got the early bullets in, and then with 20 seconds left, he knows he has to go, but that's such a tough gunfight. New hairstyle on Gunless.
It looks good.
I like it.
It was unexpected when he walked in the arena. I was like, whoa, who is this?
Yeah, I had no idea.
3-2. Round 6, 90 seconds. So far, pretty standard from everyone. Only Gunless obviously just picking up his first kill. Surprised at John, of course, a little bit slow, but Formal really stepping into the shoes that needs to be. And now Gunless starts with a first blood. Over aggressive there. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Slacked, big double.
Yeah, able to find 2 after that first blood. You got to be a little bit frustrated. Now what does LG do with this? It looks like they're trying to push this lone player at B, but Slasher does a great job staying alive. John able to find 1, but Gunless, nice shots with that STG, but he backs down. A very similar situation in the round we just saw. 1 versus 1, John versus Gunless. And John's hunting him a little bit. Gunless might spot him, though. I think he just saw him.
Yeah, I think he did. One thing I really liked was the player up top. Basically laid down and waited for Gunless. Gunless there will find the kill. But as I was saying, the player up top, platform he laid down, is like hoping Gunless was coming over, and it was just maybe a second too late. But Gunless does come up clutch, and he's going to tie up the map. I believe he's up 3-3.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's scary. I mean, LG, they go up 3-0 very quickly. But I think the big thing is just the first bloods, right? When we saw LG winning rounds, first bloods were going their way. Formal, he got picked by Gunless that round. Yeah, they have the lead 4-2 in first bloods, does Rise. And this looks like a very fast B hit coming from them. This could be a good call as there's only 2 players here.
Stuns, grenades, kills already going down.
Stay alive. You have the man advantage. Just stay down. There we go. Good play by Formal.
Staying alive. Key here to the victory. And look at this. A very, very quick flank. JCap. Oh, Gunless does win that one, but Formal still up top. Still dishing out damage. 10 kills to his name already. We're only in round 7, bear in mind, Joe. So Formal, he could be on for a very nice looking score if they continue. And right now, they have got a 3v2. John's rotating round 2A.
So here's the scary thing is they knew JCap was the A player. So as soon as he goes down, A bomb's open. So now John just trying to get information, trying to not let them cross. Just needs to stay alive. Even if they get that bomb down, they can play a 3 versus 2 retake. There's Gunless, though. Did he see him? I don't think he did. John takes a gunfight. He continues it. Nice pre-fire right there from John. Now 1v3 for Slasher.
is going to find the first. Now, this is the time with 22 seconds left. Luminosity, they need to play this smart. It looks like they are doing. Formal is going to clean up once again. That's 11 for the man on your screen, close by there, as he's really showing his worth for this squad.
Definitely so. This is really the first map where, like, all right, this is the Formal we know. But yeah, I think that's just a big round to stop the momentum from Rise Nation. Now, remember, they won 3 in a row. So now you have an LG 4-3 lead. LG is going to be back on the attack, but really it's just been the defenses on both sides that have been so solid.
Close game. And stressing the importance of this game, Merc, is going forward when you get towards the end of Division B, you know, both these teams probably in a lot of players' top 4s, but having that victory over the other really just set yourself up nicely. Mr. First Blood himself, TJ, finds number 3. And that's actually 5 First Bloods for Rise Nation. Ironically, though, only finishing 3 of those rounds.
And that's the second time they've done that push where they send 3 up the middle and 1A. And it's caught off LG a couple of times, and it looks like it's going to work again, as now it's a 4 versus 2. You do have Slack sort of working towards B. They're each going to have to win individual gunfights, gunless. He's able to stay alive in cabin wall. Now it's Slack's turn. Does spot Looney, but Looney's just messing with him, just buying enough time, and Formal goes down.
Yeah, and that's from TJ from the middle. 2-kill streak for TJ. Bomb is down, slacked. World of trouble, to be honest. This looks like a tied map, should I say, at 4-4. There we go. And I think that might have been TJ again. Was that TJ the very last kill? Because if it
I believe it was.
He's got 3 kills back-to-back then, and maybe he might have a plan. I'm not too sure. We'll wait and see. I don't remember any bombs being planted or defused, so I think I'm just making that one up. But TJ, a great S&D player, one of the best for sure. One of the players who, again, kind of Search and Destroy has always been amazing, but he's really took to Respawn so well and just picked it up so quickly. Fantastic overall player.
Definitely so. He's always been like sort of the catalyst for Rise. At the open events that they won, he was a big part of it. Rise, they're continuing that middle aggression. They're not going to hit B. TJ, he's going to peek it, but he knew that player was weak, but they're trying to go towards A. JCap, he's able to find 1, make that 2. Now you have Formal. He's in a 1 versus 1. JCap does go down.
Gunless knows. Gunless knows. The communication is there.
Oh, yeah, but he plays it perfectly. He plays it perfectly. Yeah, he's in a spot. Formal. That should be the round in Rise Nation. They now take a 5-4 lead.
And again, great stuff overall for me. TJ, he gets that first blood straight away, right in the middle of the map, in that little ditch where Formal actually ends up. Big plays from TJ. I believe 4 first bloods. Incredible stuff here.
Yeah, and JCap almost brought that round back. He was able to find 2 to make it a 2 versus 2. I wonder if he thought they were doing like a mid to B after that, after he found 2 kills, because he continued to push up, and that's when Slasher found him. If he backs up there, maybe they have a different chance in a 2v2.
And that's the 1v1 that really won the round, was Slasher and Cap here. Can Rise Nation close it out here? TJ with another first blood, make it 5. You wanted to see him stay alive. I don't think he has any plans. He's got shot in the back. That's by a teammate. Slasher must have tagged him up now, and that could cost him dearly.
Yeah, Slack pushes up. Able to try that kill, but gunless. He finds another one. I feel like his mid-round picks have been so important with that STG. Able to find JCap. Formal now in a great spot, though. You know, he had such a fast start. What was it, like 9 kills in 3 or 4 rounds? And
yeah,
he slowed down big time. He's at 11. He's having a great game. John, not the best of games, but that's what happens at times in Search and Destroy. Formal trying to watch both angles. Know the pressure's in. Looney, though, backs him down. Yeah, and he's in trouble. Wins 1 on Slasher. But Gunless is there for the trade. Here comes Sight now in a 1v1. The pressure's on him. He dives behind the barrel. Not able to win it, though. And Rise Nation, they'll take a 2-0 lead.
And Joe, that for me, again, that 3v2 retake, I'm giving credit to Looney. That initial bait and switch where he pokes out, draws Formal's attention. Formal then turns and gets a beautiful kill. And I think it's Slasher who then, you know, denies him. Looney didn't really do anything but get that final kill. But for me, Looney was the catalyst because he was the one who poked out. He was the one who drew out the gunfire. Rise Nation, clutch up, 6-4. We are seeing some amazing stuff from Luminosity, but Rise Nation, they clutch up after going 3-0 down in the S&D.
And this is what we expected, but I know LG's down 0-2, but I would be happy with this performance. Obviously, they want to win, but
this is the best team in the world.
They've been competitive, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, Search and Destroy, they haven't played too much. They had a 3-0 lead. It probably just comes down to some little transitions that they could have fixed that potentially they went down the map. And then in that hard point, a couple of plays could have gone their way, but it just doesn't happen.
Okay, well, hard point done, search and destroy done, both to Rise Nation. We'll see you after this quick break for Capture the Flag.
First, they're sour. Then they're sweet.
Thanks, guys.
New Sour Patch Kids Fire and Freeze. Sour, sweet, gone.
Oh, are you...
Ready to go to lunch? Yeah, dude, let's do it.
Right, but you're riding in the back seat?
Yeah, I mean, why not? It's pretty spacious back here.
Sure, but there's plenty of space up front.
Nah, I'm good, bro.
Sure.
Oh, if you don't get us there quickly, by the way, you're not getting 5 stars.
Sir, yes, sir. Right away, sir. Breath mint?
Don't talk to me.
Designed and focused around you, the Toyota CHR. Toyota, let's go places.
Your summer starts here with a great deal on a new Toyota.
Right now, you can get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months on a spacious new 2018 Toyota Highlander. Don't miss out.
Get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Locked and loaded.
Team up online in the best ongoing game. Choose from over 25 unique heroes. Target-rich environment. And battle across 20-plus maps. Overwatch Legendary Edition. Get $20 off for a limited time.
Your enamel is very precious. You want to make sure to protect it. You want to have it for life. Consumption of very acidic foods can wear away your enamel. Your tooth is going to look yellower, more dull. Nobody wants to have yellow-looking teeth. I recommend Pro-Enamel toothpaste because it helps protect and strengthen your enamel. It's going to make them more resistant to the acid erosion so that your teeth are not bothering you and you feel good about your smile. It's such a wonderful combination. It's pro-enamel. It's good for your enamel. It's a positive thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Rise Nation Luminosity gaming on the main stage here. And Rise, they're 2-0 up. However, the full story is a close hardpoint and an even closer search and destroy. They edge it out in round number 10. But overall, I think a strong showing. And you said before, Joe, before the break, if you're Luminosity with a new squad like this, you're kind of happy with the way you're playing. Obviously, not the results so far, but it's looking good.
They've been competitive, and it's so tough to obviously, deal with a team like Rise Nation. They've had some great individual plays. Speaking of that, we have our scuff player of the game. Of course, it was Formal in that round too. He was able to get that 1 versus 3. I believe it was the ace as well. He finds that first kill on the TJ, but this second kill, this is the big one. This is a tough gunfight that he finds on Slasher. He finds that second player in Looney. Looney, though, backs on up, gets together with Gunless, and, he knows he has a minute to play with. He probably knows where location of both players are. So he finds Gunless as soon as he comes around this corner, as soon as you go up to that little jump spot, and he just goes. He goes for the challenge. And this is where the miscommunication comes in. Looney, he rushes, but look, Gunless backs off. He doesn't re-challenge that, And then he looks for that angle, but he backs on up, and Formal's feeling very confident, able to find this last 1 versus 1. A great individual play from Formal.
It really was. The ace, the 1v3, a clutch for, obviously, Luminosity, but sadly, doesn't come out with a victory. Still 0-2 down. What can he pull off in the CTF? We're soon to find out, but Formal, I think, kind of getting in his groove a little bit here in the series and in Pro League itself. Now, LG, we're of course down 2-0 to United. They reverse swept. Rise Nation, the best team in the world.
Bit of a different beast.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Joe. Exactly. It's going to be very difficult to stop the momentum of Rise Nation. Yes, you've got the Capture the Flag King of JCap on your squad, but it's Flag Tower, and I think this is a map which really does help and benefit Rise Nation.
No, it definitely does. We've seen, Rise be so good on this, and you have to look at the Submachine Gun players, and TJ and Looney, they'll put so much pressure on the map. Can the LG boys send this to a map 4 as JCap and John able to open it up, Slacked as well. So early map control will go to LG. Slasher, he's just in the top window. That's a couple of easy kills for him. Thank you very much. Pressure, though, from Formal. He's able to find that kill, and Cap actually gets 2 kills off spawn. So here comes the pressure now. Maybe the first flag attempt for Luminosity.
Formal, very weak, rechallenges head, shot onto Gunless. This is good, the flag is done. Flag's out, Formal's picking up kill after kill. He's on 3-0, so is Cap. The important kills yet to come in though. One player in the middle, TJ, denied. LG will get a flag. It's Flag Tower, and it's going in with the first 50 seconds.
Yeah, Cap being a little careful here, but there we go. He's gonna see that last player is found. Puts it in, but just great individual play from both JCap and Formal. That sort of 2v4, the way they were able to work together to get that first flag cap, and they both had STGs in that position. So an early lead over to Luminosity. John, he finds 3, opens the map up. So a very strong start for LG.
Yeah, JCap still not died, 3-0. It's just his game mode. Like, what can this guy not? It just seems
he loves
understands
CTF.
it
He
a
loves
little bit
CTF.
More. Incredible shots over to Slasher on the far side.
I was playing with him and against him since 2010. He's always been one of the best CTF players in the world. You can never count out JCap and his team in CTF. And I think if you look at the World Championships he's won, it's been when CTF was included, right? When there was 4 game modes. On this map, he's the one AR that sort of rocks the STG. That you have Slasher and Octane, they'll rock the bar. But he is, you know, stuck with that STG through all these maps that we've seen.
Interesting.
And that could be why.
Starting to work for him. Like you said, 8-4, now 8-5 as he finally goes down. But after the first flag, things have started to really kind of slow down in the fact that, you know, it's very tradable situations for either squad. JCap working on some streaks. Obviously, he's got that glide bomb to his name as well. May invest that on the offense here. But TJ, once again, doing damage. Wow, Gunless did not informal there, and Slack's just going to sit on the back burner for now. But Cap, other ideas, he's aggressive. It's not going to work out for him this time. And once again, Joe, we just kind of reset as both teams are going to fight for control.
Yeah, they definitely are. And I think one thing that's interesting on both sides, you're not seeing too many team pushes. You saw it once or twice from LG. You saw it off the start, you know. And then Rise, they've had a couple of... But really, it's just been TJ and Looney trying to go at it. Well, you're going to see one now is Rise Nation. They go 4 down, or they get 4 down and Gunless. He's just sprinting. He's just going for that flag. He's trying to take advantage of this opportunity, but Looney backs on up now, as you know, as all the LG players just spawn. A good hold here from LG.
Yeah, that's a 4 down in an awkward position. It's like we've got 4 down, but as soon as we get there, it's going to be 4 up.
Yeah.
And it's
that's why they rushed. That's why they went so fast. That's why you saw Gunless to try to sprint for that pull. But once again, it seems like nobody's really holding map control. They're getting kills, and then they're just sprinting towards the other opponent's base. They're just going. They're trying to find opportunities, little openings to get flag pulls.
Yeah, that I like from Gunless going around the back. Doesn't work out from John. Double there. Nasty stuff, hidden 23 interactions. Once again, leading the lobby here. With 30 seconds left, Rise Nation still going for an attack here. Looney, beautifully done here, predicts the unthinkable.
He had a flag pull. He had a flag pull here. He's getting pinched, but John, he's got picked up by Gunless. Cap, he's going to call in that glide bomb. That will stall a little bit of time. You see, Formal comes off spawn, and that could be it. So a great job. That is the power of streaks. And look at on the other side, Cap, he's actually stuck. So Gunless and Slasher, they have to be careful. They're going to get pinched off spawn. The flag is away. JCap, though, shots are in. Does he have help, though? Doesn't look like it gets cut down. JCap, he's all alone behind those boxes. Trying to bind any time he can. Formal, he's going to help him out with Slasher, and that's a big kill right there on the TJ. And JCap, he might just get away with it. There's just one player left, and that's Looney. He has to make the individual play. But heads up play once again from JCap. Knows that he could be there. That's 2-0 lead for LG. JCap has just been the playmaker so far.
Yeah, it's almost laughable because it started with JCap going 3-0 and pulling the flag and capping it. And then ever since there, it's not been the flashy plays. It's not been the high slayer of JCap. It's just everything else in between that maybe, you know, the average person watching may not pick up on. But keep your eyes on JCap on that mini-map. His positioning, his awareness, it's amazing.
I think there's 2 situations right there which makes Cap such a good CTF player. First, he knows that the pressure's on. He knows they have the mid-cut, so he stays alive at those box area, right? As he's taking that flag to the base. He just stops. He waits for his team, waits for Formal. Then the second play is he doesn't just run that flag home. He knows that there's one player left that we didn't pick up off spawn. It was Looney. He could have been there. He was there. That's sometimes players rush that situation and the flag gets returned.
Wow, okay, 3 down for LG. So Rise, I say Rise, Gunless and Slasher, they're going to push up. So Gunless is going to be denied. So Slasher's going to have to just chill for a second, wait for his teammates to back him up. And the next wave of kills will need to come in. However, right now, not an easy set. TJ, wow, a shot on TJ sometimes is mind-blowing. 2 down and 3 players starting to push forward. Now answered back by 2 from LG. An all-important play from JCap is going to fall. Slasher should be able to grab the flag. In fact, it's going to be teammate Gunless who gets away with it. But he's going to run straight into Slack. Beautiful stuff, but that just really does suck. Like you said, it was the spawn of Slack that just,
Yeah, that's you're like, all right, I got it out. You know, he got hit by an 80. He was able to stay alive, but yeah, that spawn comes in. 3 go down, though, for Rise or for LG. And TJ, he just goes straight at the flag and, just gets away. But Slacked. He spawns on the other side. And wow, Slacked right there. Takes down Slasher, gets that return. The defense of LG has been perfect.
Yeah, I mean, they currently sit, you look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, say Paradox, can we pull up the scoreboard? I want to see how many returns that we have. You have 5 returns for Luminosity, 0 on the side of Rise. So that means 2 flags that were pulled for LG, both been scores. 5 flags pulled now for Rise, none have been scored.
2 out of 2 versus 0 out of 5. It says a lot, it really does. And the slaying side of things that I wanted to bring up is, Slacks is -5, but John and Formal combined are a positive 7. It's literally 2 kills between the 2 teams, and we're talking maybe 80 kills on the map. It's crazy to think how close it is, but what the scoreline actually reflects. So 3 minutes left. Rise definitely not out of this, but Luminosity can dictate the pace of the game. They can slow it down when they wish. They can speed it up if they want. Rise Nation are going to defend well, though, and now maybe start to muster up a push of their own.
Yeah, but this is all Slack needs to do. Every time he gets 1 or 2 kills, it slows down Rise's offense. Like, yes, you already have TJ, you already have Gunless sort of by this low gun, but they're alone, right? It's not a team push. It's not a 4 versus 4 because why? Slack on the other side of the map is able to get kills, and he's continued to do this, and now this is pressure for Luminosity.
2 minutes, 20 seconds. LG, I think if they put one more flag in, it'll be kind of a GG on that set.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I'm just going to stop speaking on that.
Woo! Slack just got 180.
And he was behind the sandbags.
He had a bar. Yeesh, alrighty.
Wow. Someone clip it. Please just tweet me. I want to see that again. Please, please, please do. 2 minutes left. Another team nade. That stopped a flag pull previously. And we're going to see another one go down here. 4 down. This should be a flag cap. Number 1 is big here, and it's Gunless. And the reason why he can really set up for potentially a relay. It's going to be really hard to do. It's not like your London Docks. But if Looney can continue and get streaks, that's what's going to get Rise Nation back into this. If Looney does get a little bit more into the action, let's stay on board with him, because for me, he really does need to play for these.
Yeah, even a glide bomb really to find that opening kill. He's trying to find the trade on Slack. His Gunless was taken down. LG getting pushed out a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, just not trying to turtle up. But yeah, you can see how much Looney, and that's just bad timing right there. Slack's able to catch him. Now you have Slasher. He's really the last guy in this position. They have to be able to find him. And JCap, he spawns up, and he doesn't wrap back. Slasher, he's in a great position. We're going to see, yeah, as soon as John spawns up, yeah, you see both those blue arrows. They turn around instantly, and Slasher's already behind the base. Slasher's already back here, but JCap was able to find one on Gunless. There's the flag. And there we go. That was a scary situation from LG. If Rise played that a little bit quicker, they might have got away with that one.
Yeah, and I think Slasher really depended on his teammates getting the kills. If they did, brilliant. Slasher found one, but unfortunately his teammates fell. That's going to be 2 down here, and we are going to see number 4. 4. He's on the flag.
Oh, what a nade, though, from
Oh,
Cap.
my God.
Oh, and he finds the second. Oh, he finds the third.
What is he doing?
He's doing what he wants. I mean, 19 and 16, he's on 4 in a row. Plus the 2 biggest plays of the game, the flag scores have started with him. And he's been the playmaker for Luminosity.
I feel like that's the 3rd biggest play of the game, because he just stopped a flag pull, which has basically won them the map. Luminosity are going to take this one 2-1. JCap finishing on a 6-kill streak.
God, he's good at CTF.
I need to watch that whole game back for JCap's individual plays. That grenade on his own flag, plus the double kill. Well done, JCap.
No, definitely so, and those nades are becoming so important because we see players like Looney, you know, they're running airborne instincts.
Yeah.
Which means they don't have armor, they don't have hunger on. You saw what a nade can do. It takes down Looney at the flag. If he has armor and energetic, maybe he doesn't go down there, but that's just sort of the way the meta is shifting. But a couple, 3 beautiful plays from JCap. Obviously, you had great individual performances from John and Formal, but it was the impact plays that he made on the map that gave LG the map win.
It must be so frustrating playing against LG, because you always go up, no, sorry. You don't always. You can go up 2-0, and CTF being that game-changing mode itself, they're so strong at.
Do that, man.
You kind of push down to that 4th map at a negative. Oh, Phil, get yourself together here. But it's JCap, the one who's really turning up once again on CTF. Numerous amounts of plays here. Can he push him to the game 5? If he steps up on the hard point, we're seeing, you know, a back-to-back potential reverse sweep for Luminosity.
No, definitely so, and that would be incredible, you know. And I'll be honest, if they beat Rise today, and you go into a match against Optic Gaming tomorrow, everybody wants to watch Formal versus the old Optic roster, right?
Both just like,
Everybody wants to watch that, but it's a little bit different. I think the confidence levels for LG, because if you go up 2-0, you've beaten E-United and Rise.
Yeah.
You know, already. And then, I mean, this is a tough week for them.
So if LG do, let's just say do the unthinkable.
They'd be 4-0 this week.
They not only reverse sweep 2 of the teams that, you know, are competing in the top 4.
Yeah.
They go into a game versus Optic with probably all the confidence in the world, a fired up Formal. If they then go and take that out, LG, wow. My prediction for LG was 4th in this group. You know, I had Optic, Rise, and E United above them.
Okay.
E United, I thought after the first 2 matches yesterday, I was like, oh, Phil, you made a good prediction here. That soon went away.
Now, those are rare for you, good predictions, right?
It is. It is. I feel like this this division a little bit easier on some of the predictions, but these are the games you live for. LG Rise, your Optic LG. I mean, Complexity Rise yesterday, that was a 3-0, but that was awesome just to watch.
Yeah, definitely so. So excited for that Optic versus LG match tomorrow. But we're going to go into that game 4. I believe it was, what, St. Marie Hardpoint. I hope I just
I think we've got St. Marie twice to end things out.
St. Marie?
Yeah.
Now, St. Marie S&D is a very strong map for Rise Nation, so that'll be an interesting watch. How will LG adapt to that one? But if we have to get there first.
I hope we do. I just want to, not only another game 5 to kind of round out day 2, but it'd be awesome to see a potential, even if they don't pull it off, but a potential reverse sweep for Luminosity. Merc, we're getting into it. Hardpoint, St. Marie, Rise versus Luminosity. As we go into the restaurant, it's going to be John and TJ. 2 SMGs kind of going head-to-head. Actually, John's taking a bit of a diverse route. He's going to try and go up top. But Rise Nation and TJ are going to be the ones with the initials.
Yeah, these teams are fighting back and forth. 10 seconds already to Rise. But Slats, he's in a good position. The one thing is he does have instincts on. So nades will hurt him. They'll hurt him real bad. He's going to jump out, find Slasher off spawn. Pre-fires that door, able to find 2. JCap finds another. That's 4 down. But they flipped the spawns. But John is aware of that. He's staying alive. Good heads-up play. Great awareness from him. So all of LG turn around, but the one good thing for Rise is they do have control of that winery side of the map. But this is a lot of time going to LG and to actually spawn those players out.
Yeah, perfect stuff for LG now with 10 seconds left. Push out, push on through. Get those spawns, as you see Formal and John now pushing through to the back. JCap, really important he stays alive here because he's already got a hardpoint capture. I think he's got 2 hardpoint captures and he's got 2 kills. Now he's got 3. Bait out your teammate.
Oh, bait.
Oh, good stuff from Looney.
I think if he would have prone there, he would have been fine. But Formal now in the back. This is what you want. Oh, that nade though. Yeah, just buys enough time for Slasher and Looney to jump out at him. Nobody in the hill. Both teams are still fighting for back spawns. Now you have JCap once again in the same position. Nice shots on the Slasher. But there's Looney. Just playing his life, right? It just feels like Looney is always in the right place at the right time. He's able to find 2. Now winery control over to Rise.
Yeah, such a smart player in Looney. This is going to be a very, very close game right now. Only 10 points separate the 2 teams, but Gunless, he's pulled out the bar. We know what a flex player he can be. Best flex player in the game right now.
Yep.
And he's showing us what he's made of. TJ, 1 step ahead on the rotation. Luminosity should get the scrap time, but they're actually opting to go away from that, and understandably so. 3 down, make it 4.
I think that's a mistake for LG to go for that. They had a 4 versus 3 on the other side of the map, and they get taken down, and this is a big rotation for Rise. To win this parking lot is you got majority of winery. Now you have Gunless here towards field. He's getting some kills. Nice shots into JCap. Puts a couple of bullets into Formal, backs him down, and then you have Slasher. This is the duo, right? This is so scary. All right, how do we try to break Rise Nation when we have to run at Gunless and Slasher with bars? That's tough.
It's nasty, man. I mean, yeah, you've got some talent on the other side of the table, but those are 2 names which are just disgusting to go up against. And then the SMGs coming through. Incredible. 5-kill streak for Gunless. They'll stay on board with him as 6 seems easy. 7 a little harder, but he'll make it work. Then he'll get the capture. Oh, I don't think he did, actually.
You got the fighter pilot, right?
I think he got the glide bomb.
Yeah, you got the artillery.
Okay, artillery too. And so we're both wrong on that one, but he's got a couple of streaks. We're going to the lookout post Joe. This is where he can use those streaks to maybe really separate himself from the competition.
I'll tell you what, this is very similar to the first game. It just seems like rotations are going the way of Rise. You know, obviously now LG in the hill, but you know, you had Gunless already behind that green tower. Like, if Rise is going to get the scrap time, LG have to get to the new hills first. But there we go. They're able to break on in, but artillery called down. I don't know if I agree with that one. I mean, LG just forced their way through the middle, and that's 4 that went down for Rise. And now look where number 3 spawns. That's Gunless. What does he have to run through his own artillery? He actually cut off his own team.
Yeah. I actually like the artillery play. It just needed to come about. If it was going down, it needed to come down instantly when he spawned. I think he went for 1 more life.
Yeah.
It didn't pay off, and right now.
At least they got the last 20.
We do see, yeah, I mean, it's a big 20. It's going to put him over triple digits, and LG are going to set up for the restaurant here.
And once again, right, you have Formal with the STG. You know, he's having a solid game, 9-9. This is really what we've been seeing. He's been around a 1.0 in respawns. He hasn't had like a crazy 1.2, 1.3 game. You saw he stepped up big in Search and Destroy, but I think the key difference is Gunless and Slasher, they have bars. Formal, he has that STG. He just feels more comfortable with it. As we go back to Restaurant, you have about a 60-point lead for Rise Nation, but trades back and forth. And LG, they can get a good chunk of time here.
Slack working towards that glide bomb. He's got a bar in hand. Trying to go toe-to-toe with the pair on the other team. Gunless 18-9, Joe.
And look who's the guy who's going all the way around for Rise. It's Looney, and he gets his team spawns. Like, yes, they don't have control of the hill, but he makes the heads-up play.
I love it.
Looney
I do.
just sets his team up for success.
And then Slasher gets a double, 20 seconds down. They're actually going to go for the re-challenge here. And it's going to come from Looney as well up top. Like you said, he's got himself spawns, and he doesn't find the kill there, but he's just looking to lurk around, maybe be a nuisance here. Oh, he's dropping down into trouble. It's going to be Formal's lap.
Yeah, here we go to Formal right now. He's on a 4 spree. How close is he to streaks? So he is about 160 points away. But LG, they brought it back. It's just a 15-point game now, but once again, you know, Looney, he takes that long route, gets his team spawned. So now this is a very similar situation than what we saw at the first rotation. Who's back there? Who finds two? It's Looney once again, just making it so difficult for LG to push up. But there we go, Formal. You know, remember when I said he's been getting around a 1? Yeah, he's heating up a little bit. He has that glide bomb, but you still have hill control over to Rise.
He was on a 1 KD before he started this streak, Joe. He's now on a 6, though.
Yeah.
Can he find number 7? Oh, he had the right idea, but Gunless snake in the grass as he finds another. LG, though, biting back. These 20 seconds, though, will go to Luminosity. The problem, I feel, is that rotation. They do have a glide bomb to play around with. Tainted Minds had streaks going into parking lot against Optic. Can Luminosity actually capitalize on it? Because Tainted Minds couldn't, but LG, a different squad.
Oh, bad timing for Slasher, and they might spawn out there. John and Formal are able to get to the other side of the map. You just have, well, guess who? Looney in the back. And he's going to out, so he tried making the heads-up play, but there's that break. They didn't even need to use the glide bomb. Now Rise has to try and flood through the front. John, he's ready for Gunless. He's a little weak, but he gets back on the hill. I like this play. Stop that first push from Rise. Allow your team to get the setup that you want.
Yeah, you put yourself in perfect positions. You get behind that box, you get your assault rifle set up, pre-aiming down sight. And Rise Nation, yes, they're in the lead, but that is dwindling away here, Merc. Slashes down, 3 players pushing forward, the kill feed lighting up in that beautiful baby blue. Another glide bomb here for Luminosity.
No. I love the confidence out of John, but he's 1 kill away from full streaks. I don't know if he had to challenge TJ. Maybe he had to call out that TJ was 1 shot, but that's a huge 2-piece right there from TJ. Because he doesn't know it, but John gets that kill. He's fully streaked out, going towards Outlook post where we know how good a fighter pilot can be.
Well, we're going to see maybe the glide bomb come in here. Luminosity have taken the lead, so a very strong showing. Gunless started strong. He's continued to do so. He's 24-17. An amazing performance for him, and here we go. Glide bomb coming down.
Set up the pinch as well. JCap, you can see, he's going towards Winery, but he loses that gunfight. The glide bomb doesn't find anything, but it forces Rise out of position.
Yeah, it basically, in a way, does. It kind of forces them into the line of sight, and nicely done. Doesn't physically pick up the kill, but Rise Nation in Slasher and Gunless does find a couple of kills. 3 between them now, and Looney, look at this. Again, on the flank, causing a nuisance. Snapshot does damage him, and Looney will call that out. Last player alive is Formal, and there's 20 seconds again on the lookout post here, Joe. I feel like a bit of deja vu kicking in.
Yeah, I think the 2 hills that have really given Rise this lead or you know, kept it around here has been lookout post and it's been Winery. I think LG's done a wonderful job at Restaurant. You know, in that last parking lot hill where I think they, you know, held a good, you know, 50 to 60 seconds. But Rise Nation, they've dominated this 4th hill. They've dominated the 2nd hill. So we'll have to keep our eyes on that because we probably will go to another Winery hill. TJ, now I'm trying to set up a little bit of a pinch as you have a lot of LG members inside Restaurant. What can they do? A couple go down, but there's Slack. There's John. Slack, he's able to find 2. Just 1 player left. It's Gunless. Put some shots in, but just like that, John finds enough time, buys enough time for LG to find their way back into that hill.
Gunless still just tearing apart Luminosity here. It is equal at 185 apiece. Gunless 28-18 at a positive 10. The rest of his team's negative. Slash is negative 10. You know, TJ finds himself -6, Looney -5, but at the moment, Rise Nation, they're somehow still in it, and it's down to Gunless, but Luminosity starting to walk away here. There is 15 seconds. They can start to finally take a lead, but Rise are set up for Winery.
Yeah, and they've been perfect here. I think some scrap time might have gone LG's way, but most of the time they have gone towards Winery. And, you know, it's been all Rise, and it's the same thing. LG try to hit the back. You have Looney back here. He's going to stop one. He's going to stop two. It is literally deja vu.
Uh-oh.
Just the same rotation after the same rotation. And due to the positioning of Gunless, look where they spawn out. They spawn so far away. Looney just making so many good plays in the back.
I just want to sit and applaud Looney for a second. That's 3 people he defends. If Looney goes down at the start there, LG get the spawns, they get the time, they get everything. They probably win the map, but with 30 seconds left, Rise Nation looking to retake that lead. There is one player at the back, it's John, but right on
LG has to go. They have to go. They need to go now. They need to break this hill setup because you have 20 seconds left. Rise, you can see they already have a player on the other side of the map. TJ, he's starting to heat up. LG's going to hit the scrap time, but they're going to have to break parking lot, and nobody's been able to do it yet.
TJ actually just denies like 7 seconds for LG as well, which is still really, really big. Rise need a perfect hold. Yes, there's no streaks. A minute on the hard point for Slack, John, Formal, Gunless, and TJ. This is an absolute monstrous game.
Okay, Slasher, he gets a good spawn, but this will allow the push from LG to go. But all 4 players here. Slasher in the back finds one on Formal. Just 20 more seconds needed. JCap does find one on Gunless. Slack finds another. When do Rise start to spawn out? There it is. There's that #1 all the way across the map. But they have to go. And the swarm is coming in. But TJ and Looney, they're finding the kills that Rise needs. JCap has to challenge. He doesn't win it. And TJ and Looney, they are going to close this series up.
Get in the hard point. There we go. Flash is going to close it up as he jumps on in. But credit to TJ and Looney, the 2 players who maybe don't get the limelight as much as they deserve. Those are the 2 guys that held that parking lot so well after 2 players fell. It's a tough loss for Luminosity. The reverse sweep does not happen today. Rise Nation, they end with another victory. Not a perfect one, though. It's a 3-1 victory here over LG. But Merc, that's just a pleasure to cast over games like that.
No, it definitely was. And you can see Cap, he's a little frustrated. LG guys are a little frustrated. But 2 very close hard points where I felt there was just a few hills where Rise out-rotated LG, and it cost them. The search and destroy was close. You know, LG goes up 3-0. There's some mistakes in there from Rise, but they ended up clutching out, right? 6-4. Yeah. CTF, LG controls it, and then right there, I mean, they're very competitive, and you can see sort of the frustration from Cap. He's just like, we should have done this, we should have done that. Overall, I think A-OK from LG, but it was a close series.
For me, great things to come for LG. Yeah. I really do. I think when you've got a team that's changed so much, and by just 1 player, when they're so strong at a game mode like CTF, that hard point is toe-to-toe with the best in the world. Your search and destroys around 10, with Formal putting up 1v3s, all kinds of stuff. These guys get into their groove. They're going to be in contention for everything, you know, for Anaheim, for champs. For stage 2, they're not out of it by any means. A reverse sweep onto a United yesterday, a competitive game against Rise Nation today. They're playing Optic tomorrow, but to round out the day, I think you do have to just say, again, well done to Rise. The best team in the world.
No, definitely so. But, you know, it's the end of the day. That was the last match, and every single day we do our Astro Gaming MVP speculation. Today, we're going to talk about this man on your screen, Pristini.
Pristini, lights out so far for a United. Yes, they got reverse swept, but today, I feel like this player individually has just been kind of so on top of his game. He, on social media, has been saying he's been playing the best Call of Duty of his life. And I think, again, United, for me, they're in my top 4. For others, they're in that 4th, 5th position. It's kind of the struggle, the bubble. Will they prevail? We'll have to wait and see. But a big victory over Mindfreak. Pristini is your Astro MVP for today. And deservedly so.
No, yeah, they had a big, big match versus Mindfreak. You know, Mindfreak, they had a lead in Search and Destroy. They had a lead in CTF. You know, the last 90 seconds, they give that up. And, yeah, it was due to plays from that guy. But let's take a look at our standings after day number 2. Rise Nation 3-0. They've only lost 1 map. That's CTF. 2nd place, Optic Gaming at 2-0. 3rd place, LG. We will see Optic Gaming versus Luminosity tomorrow. And then you have United, Mind Freak at 1-1, Unilad 1-2, but they didn't win today. And remember, yesterday Unilad, they played Optic, they played Rise.
Got to be happy right now. Doesn't look good on the scoreboard, or the standings, should I say. But they've got the hardest day out the way.
Yeah,
they came in and beat Cole. Crazy stuff. Complexity 0-2, 14% map win. Not great. I had them as my kind of 4th, 5th maybe, but I kind of put them just below the top 4. Unilad, that's a huge win for them because it kind of gets, 1 foot over the competition, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and then you have Tainted Minds in last place. They've some positives.
They really have.
But let's take a look at tomorrow's schedule. I know a lot of people are excited about this one. We're starting the day with Mind Freak Complexity. I feel like that's a very big match for both of those teams. Can Mind Freak go to 2-1? Can Complexity get a win on the board? Tainted Minds versus Unilad, followed by Rise Nation versus E United. That could be a big one. Rise going to be tested once again. Then the final 6. You have Boys of Luminosity playing that new Optic Gaming roster.
Join us May 31st tomorrow. 2 p.m. Eastern, 4 games. They're going to all be fantastic. We're going to see Formal go up against the Green Wall. We're going to see Methods and Octane go against Luminosity. It's going to be incredible. Myself, Merc, and the rest of the talent here will be back for Day 3 of Stage 2 CWL Pro League here for Division B. We've seen some crazy stuff already. Our Astro MVP goes to Prestini today of E United. But that's going to be it from us. We'll see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. Have a good night.
First, they're sour. Then they're sweet.
Thanks, guys.
New Sour Patch Kids Fire and Freeze. Sour, sweet, gone.
Oh, are you...
Ready to go to lunch? Yeah, dude, let's do it.
Right, but you're riding in the back seat?
Yeah, I mean, why not? It's pretty spacious back here.
Sure, but there's plenty of space up front.
Nah, I'm good, bro.
Sure.
Oh, if you don't get us there quickly, by the way, you're not getting 5 stars.
Sir, yes, sir. Right away, sir. Breath mint?
Don't talk to me.
Designed and focused around you, the Toyota CHR. Toyota, let's go places.
Your summer starts here with a great deal on a new Toyota.
It's the final days to get great deals, like 0% APR financing for 60 months.